91.21 and AM 1450 KYNT, Yankton.
From ABC News, I'm Mike Dubusky. Following a night of deadly airstrikes conducted by Israel on southern Lebanon,
Hezbollah's leader Hassan Nasrallah will no longer be able to terrorize the world.
Israel's Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari confirming that one of Hezbollah's top military commanders, Hassan Nasrallah, has been killed. Israel is also preparing for a very limited ground incursion into Lebanon, according to a senior U.S. official. Now the United States is reacting to that volley of airstrikes. ABC's Mary Alice Parks is at the White House.
It is very likely the massive bomb used in this move was from the U.S. Now, yesterday, Secretary of State Blinken urged a pause in fighting. He described this as a precarious moment for the Middle East. He said the choices all parties make in the coming days will determine which path the region is on, with profound consequences, possibly for the years to come.
President Biden said that Nasrallah and Hezbollah were responsible for killing hundreds of Americans over a 4-decade reign of terror, but he also restated his calls for de-escalation of the conflicts in both Gaza and Lebanon. Hurricane Helene is now a post-tropical cyclone, still dumping a lot of rain on parts of Tennessee. The storm's sustained winds hit 140 miles an hour when it came ashore in Florida's Big Bend. It has taken dozens of lives since yesterday. ABC's Faith Abube has more.
Devastation in Florida. Keaton Beach obliterated after being hit with the full wrath of Hurricane Helene.
It's just sad in Keaton Beach. Nothing. That's it.
Helene's destructive reach now seen across 5 states.
The death toll is now 52 across Florida, Georgia, Virginia, and the Carolinas. And in just about 15 minutes, NASA is set to launch the Crew-9 SpaceX mission from Cape Canaveral. The spacecraft will have 2 empty seats because when the mission returns, it's set to carry astronauts Butch Williams and Suni Wilmore back to Earth. You're listening to ABC News.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Honey, the credit card bill came, and we're maxed out.
Maxed out cards, rent is due. We need cash help.
We should go to 57cash.com.
With our bad credit?
57cash.com helps all credit types. They partner with over 100 lenders to help even people with bad credit get approved for up to $10,000. And cash can hit our bank account as soon as tomorrow.
Wow.
When you need cash help, go to 57cash.com. 57cash.com.
After being indicted on 5 federal counts this week related to bribery, fraud, and foreign campaign donations from Turkey, New York City Mayor Eric Adams is maintaining he did nothing wrong.
Adams says he is innocent, and his lawyers say Adams's fingerprints are nowhere near any of the corrupt behavior alleged in this, and that may well be true. The indictment quotes one Turkish official as instructing Adams to delete her messages. He replies, "I always do."
ABC's Jim Dolan. The Texas State Fair kicks off this weekend with a new ban on firearms. Republicans in the state fought to reverse the ban put in place by organizers, but lost several court challenges. Attendee Rhonda Hines says she's fine with the new rule.
I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm okay either way. Yeah, either way. And if they would have said yes, I probably would have brought mine.
The restriction was put in place after a shooting last year injured 3 people. A person bitten or scratched by a bat back in July has died of rabies, says Minnesota's state health department.
It's a rare occurrence. Fewer than 10 people in the U.S. die from rabies each year, according to the Centers for Disease Control. Minnesota officials say the person was over 65 and was bitten or scratched in July. A CDC lab confirmed the rabies death, and state health officials are trying to see if anyone else was exposed. They say
ABC's Chuck Sievertson there. People are advised to get their pets and livestock immunized. Mike Dubusky, ABC.
Not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Meet Brian. He just got $5,000, and it was pretty easy. I'll tell you how in 10 seconds. Brian needed cash help. After being rejected by banks, he tried 27cash.com. Told them how much he needed, even let them know he had bad credit. In minutes, 27cash.com found a lender who deposited $5,000 into his bank account the very next day. If you need cash help, even if you have bad credit, it. Go to 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
Throws the ball downfield to Reichen. Caught it! He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown, Mount Marty! Oh my goodness gracious! The Lancers are on top!
You are listening to Lancer Athletics on KYNT, Yankton's home team, and the flagship station for Mount Marty University Athletics. This broadcast is brought to you in part by
Dakota Beverage, Lewis and Clark Ford, Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express in Yankton, Dakota Mac, Foreman Tours, Sherco, Pizza Ranch, Parker Hannafin, Gerstner Oil, The Meat Lodge, Marlowe Woodward and Huff, Core Trust Bank, Aztec, Runza, Gerstner Oil, The Meat Lodge, Conklin Distributing, The Move Group, Avera.
Now we go live to the action.
It's Saturday afternoon. You know what that means. College football right here on KYNT. Along with Tehl Tanner, I'm Steve Thum. We are broadcasting live from Crane-Youngworth Field in Yankton. A gorgeous day outside. Going to be a hot one. Currently 80 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. We're expecting a high of 89 this afternoon here in Yankton. And it's a big matchup today. Mount Marty, 3-1 coming into today's contest, taking on the number 12 team in the land, the 3-1 Morningside Mustangs. And what a week last week for the Lancers. Their biggest win ever as far as margin of victory. 56-7 as they roll by Waldorf last week here for homecoming. And so the Lancers now 3-1 on the season, matching their win total from last year and the year before. But definitely a much tougher assignment today as Big Bad Morningside comes rolling into town. It's good to be back in the saddle after a week off, Tehl. Maybe after last week's, maybe I should be gone more often.
that was certainly a fun game. Obviously, taking on the newcomer in the GPAC in Waldorf. Waldorf, a team that obviously, it's tough to join a new conference, especially one as prestigious as the Great Plains Athletic Conference. They're very, very good at football, top to bottom. Waldorf is kind of discovering that. Mount Marty, 56-7 once again, was the final score last week. Lancers had 3 special teams touchdowns. They ran back a punt, they blocked a punt, ran it back, and then they were able to block a field goal and run it back as well. It was Josh Pickthorn, Josiah Gaetani, and Dalton Goebel, the 3 guys that were able to get those special teams touchdowns for the Lancers. 3 special guys, one of them, the GPAC Special Teams Player of the Week in Josiah Gaetani, the punt returner for the Lancers. He took it back north of 80 yards. I believe 89 was the total. Very good punt return, gave him Special Teams Player of the Week.
Yeah, yours truly. I was out in Spearfish last week, homecoming for Black Hill State, my alma mater, and the 50th anniversary banquet for the college radio station that I started at KBHU. So that's why I wasn't here last week.
Oh, he's being humble, by the way. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame over there last week. That's what he was doing. He missed the game because he had to go get inducted into a Hall of Fame. As far as excuses go, it's pretty good. But we'll talk about it more at halftime.
Yeah, and
sure.
I actually attended my first Black Hill State game since 1988. I hadn't seen my alma mater's football team play in person since the Reagan administration, so it was good to be back out at Spearfish at that beautiful stadium out there, Lyle Hare Stadium, which has definitely changed since my days back there. Of course, Black Hill State was an NAIA school back in the day. Now they are Division II in the Rocky Mountain Conference. Here we're talking NAIA football, and Morningside, well, their resume is pretty darn impressive. Everybody knows they're multi-time national champions, multi-time conference champions. They did stumble earlier this year, a 3-point loss in their opening contest against Benedictine, but they've been kind of a juggernaut. They've been tested by Midland. It was a 7-point win, but other than that, they have been, back to Morningside.
They've been back to Morningside, especially we all kind of opened our eyes at the beginning of this year when the Week 0 loss non-conference to Benedictine. Everybody was like, well, maybe there's a chance this season. And then they go into Concordia, into Bulldog Stadium, and win 51-21. Kind of going, oh, never mind. They're Morningside. They're Morningside. They're back. Morningside is one of the gold star programs in the NAI. They're a team that just rolls over just about everybody every year. And so far, they've won 3 in a row, defeating Doane last week 70-0. Now marching into Crane-Youngworth Stadium in Yankton to face a Lancer team with the same record, 3-1 on the year, but a Lancer program that is once again still in year 4 of existence and still figuring things out. But one thing that does work well for Mount Marty in this game, they're old. They have some veterans finally for the first time. 9 of their 11 starting defensive players are seniors.
Yeah, and this was a team last year in Mount Marty that went to Morningside. They were right there with them through 3 quarters, but an unfortunate turnover like within the last minute of the third quarter when Mount Marty had the ball at the 5-yard line of the Mustangs. Looked like they were going to drive in, get a touchdown. The margin was 10 at that point. That would have cut it potentially to 3, but a costly turnover. And then Morningside posted the big victory. I think 47-21 was the final score.
Yeah, they had a great fourth quarter, but once again, through 3 quarters, these teams battled last year.
It was an even-up contest through 3 quarters between the Lancers and the Mustangs this year, but now the Lancers have them on their home field, and a big matchup coming up today as the Lancers trying to make a statement against powerhouse Morningside. This is the Dakota Beverage pregame show. We got a lot on tap for you here coming up in just a few moments. The football report, the Saturday football report from the Commissioner, Corey Westra. Then we're going to be talking to one of the Lancer players. Tehl, who are we talking to this week?
John Carlstead, one of the leaders of this Mount Marty Lancer defense, one of their big DNs. John Carlstead, a D1 recruit, was at the University of South Dakota, came over to Mount Marty. Before that, served his country as a Marine. This is a 28-year-old senior who is playing college football. He's got a pretty interesting journey, so we talked about it. We don't have enough time in our pregame show to air the entire 9-minute interview, so you can find the full thing on our KYNT Facebook page, but we're going to air part of it, the part where we talk about his military service, in a couple minutes.
We'll also be hearing from both head coaches, of course, Coach Micheletti and Coach Steve Ryan from Morningside, all part of this pregame show brought to you by Dakota Beverage. Remember, whether it's Coors Light or Miller Lite, please drink responsibly. A timeout coming your way right now. We'll be back with the GPAC Saturday Football Report. He's Tehl Tanner. I'm Steve Thum. This is Lancer Football, and you are listening to KYNT.
Oktoberfest is a brief moment of fall beer drinking beauty, so have Samuel Adams Oktoberfest on hand as the nights get cooler and the days a little shorter. Smooth taste with the roasty sweetness and light hop character that's only available for a short time. Kick off cooler weather with food and friends, and don't miss a moment with Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. Grab it while you can at your favorite place to buy beer.
Farming is hard work. Between managing crops, livestock, and equipment, there's not much time left to handle financing and loans. At Dakota Mac, we can help you do the heavy lifting when it comes to ag financing. Whether you're a full-time farmer, an investor, or a young and beginning farmer, we're here for you for all your ag lending needs. Let Dakota Mac help you work smarter, not harder.
Hi, it's Jeff Wolfgram from Dakota Mac. Call us at 800-682-4578 to learn how Dakota Mac products can work for you.
Great football teams have key players in the lineup, and that's also true at Lewis & Clark Ford. The new 2024 Lincoln Navigator is big enough to cart your team around, and right now at Lewis & Clark Ford, get up to $6,500 off and 0% for 60 months. The hard-working 2024 F-150 has up to $13,000 off with Ford Flex Buy. See us for the details. We got a great team and great deals here at Lewis & Clark Ford, 4th and Capitol, Yankton.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfasts and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate and still be able to change your reservation without a hassle, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield and Holiday Inn Express, 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
This is the GPAC Football Saturday Report for Saturday, September 28.
Brought to you by the Great Plains Athletic Conference and Dakota Mac, a division of First Dakota National Bank and presenting sponsor of the GPAC Network. Available on your smart TV apps, online at gpacnetwork.com, and in the Apple and Android App Store. On your GPAC Football Saturday report this week, we begin with the scoreboard from games played last week around the conference. It was Concordia with a win at Briar Cliff, 63-13. Morningside defeated Doane 70-0. Northwestern over Midland 17-7. Dordt at home defeated Hastings 58-0, and Mount Marty over Waldorf by the final score of 56-7. Let's go to the week number 4. Hoffman America Sports Football Players of the Week. Zach Chevalier, quarterback from Morningside, takes the offensive honor. He is a junior from Santa Clarita, California, 415 passing yards and a pair of touchdowns in the Mustangs win over Doane 70-0. He was 23 of 31 in the game. Parker Fryer, linebacker from Northwestern, is the GPAC Football Defensive Player of the Week. The senior from Waukee, Iowa, was a force defensively with 12 tackles, an interception, and a tackle for loss in Northwestern's win over Midland. And Josiah Gaetani, returner and D-back for Mount Marty, is the Special Teams Player of the Week. The senior from Montgomery, Texas, made the most of his time on Special Teams Saturday, had an 87-yard punt return for a touchdown against Waldorf. That's a look back at last week around the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at Week 4 of GPAC Football. The GPAC Football Saturday Report rolls on, but first this from Dakota Mac.
Whether you're a farmer, a rancher, an investor, or simply a GPAC fan, look to Dakota Mac for your financing needs. Call us to discover why we are the best kept secret in ag financing.
Dakota Mac is a division of First Dakota National Bank and proud presenting sponsor of the new GPAC Network. It is the final Saturday of September for GPAC football this year, and let's take a look at the schedule for this week. It's a 5-game slate around the conference. All 5 of these games will kick off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We start in Crete, Nebraska. Papik Field, the location for the Doane Tigers, hosting Northwestern and the Red Raiders. Hastings will travel to Forest City, where they will match up with the Warriors of Waldorf. Midland at home in Fremont at Heatham Field, and they will host Dakota Wesleyan and the Tigers. Dordt travels to Seward and Bulldog Stadium to take on Concordia, and the final matchup this week is Morningside on the road in Yankton against Mount Marty and the Lancers. Briar Cliff has the bye for week number 4 of GPAC football. New football poll came out earlier this week. Let's take a look at the top 10. Kaiser remains in the pole position with 16 first-place votes. The Seahawks are 3-0 on the year. Northwestern right behind them, also at 3-0, and the final first-place vote. Grandview sits at number 3, Montana Western is 4, and Bethel of Tennessee is ranked 5th. Rounding out the top 10, Indiana Wesleyan at 6, Marion at 7, St. Thomas, Florida at 8. Dordt moves up a spot to number 9, and Montana Tech up 2 to number 10. Morningside also made a move of 1 this week. The Mustangs are ranked 12th in the NAIA. For more, go to gpacsports.com, including the complete schedule from the weekend, updated standings, a look at weekly honors, and more. If you've not yet followed us on X, we're at GPAC Sports. This has been your GPAC Football Saturday Report for September 28. I'm Corey Westra.
Looking for an easy way to travel? Let Foreman Charters do the driving for your next trip. Upcoming Christmas tours include Branson on November 17th to 22nd, features Christmas shows like the Grand Jubilee Buffet Dinner and Show, Showboat Branson Bell Dinner Cruise, and so much more. On December 6th to 8th, it's a musical Christmas in the Twin Cities area featuring the White Christmas and the Chanhassen Dinner Theater, and shopping at Mall of America. For more on Foreman Charter tours, go to foremanbus.com.
Did you know Sherco offers more than egg tarps? As an industry leader in construction, waste, and flatbed tarping systems, Sherco offers manual and electric tarp systems for not only grain trailers and grain carts, but also side dumps, end dumps, belly dumps, roll-offs, flatbeds, and more. To learn more, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best, demand Sherco.
Pizza Ranch is all about the cookie. This is Mike from Yankton Pizza Ranch. Get ready for our famous family-sized chocolate chip cookie filled with chewy, gooey, chocolatey goodness. And right now, you can feed your group for just $20. Grab our online pizza deal, 2 single-topping medium pizzas, a small cheesy ranch sticks, and a small cactus bread, all for $20. Simply go to pizzaranch.com to order now.
Whoa, that's good.
Did you ever hear that cheese is the favorite food of all mice? Well, that's just a myth. Here's the fact. Mice love all food, often eating up to 8 pounds of it in their lifetime. Mice spread disease through urine, droppings, and dander, contaminating food and surfaces like counters and floors, and that's no myth. A pest professional is your best defense against the devastation rodents, termites, roaches, and ants can cause to your home and family.
Olson Pest Technicians, 1-800-KIL-BUGS.
All right, back here on the pregame show from Dakota Beverage. Whether it's Coors Light or Miller Lite, always remember to drink responsibly. We go to our player profile now from Lewis and Clark Ford, a proud sponsor of Mount Marty Athletics. Visit them at 4th and Capitol in Yankton or at lewisandclarkford.com. You can find the full version of this interview on our KYNT Facebook page. Just look up KYNT. You'll find it there. The full interview with Jonathan Carlstead, one of the senior defensive linemen for the Mount Marty Lancers, a guy who has been in the backfield wreaking havoc in recent weeks, and a very interesting guy with an interesting story. Non-traditional. He's 28 years old, playing college football, starting for the Lancers. He served his country, served in the military for a few years before coming to Mount Marty, and I wanted to talk with him about that. Here's John Carlstead. Can you tell me about your service, how many years you were there, and what it was kind of like?
Yeah, so I just did my small contract, which is just 4 years, so 4 years active. I went to boot camp March 2nd of 2015, so a little while ago. But boot camp was the 3-month journey. They test us in every way: drill, PT, all that stuff. Looking good in your uniform, whatever. After boot camp, I went on to my MOS school, which was in Missouri. I learned some mechanic skills. I was a heavy equipment mechanic, so that was my first MOS. After that, I got chopped out to my unit, which was Combat Logistics Battalion 11. And right when I got to them, they were working up for a deployment. So I got pretty lucky going into that unit. We built up to the deployment, switched over to the 11th MU, which is the Marine Expeditionary Unit. Basically, it was our battalion helping out a grunt battalion and artillery battery on this deployment. So we are spread out between 3 boats. It was a big, small, and little deck boat. I was on the big ship. So throughout my time on deployment, we really spent a lot of time at sea. At one point, we went 93 days without seeing land.
Wow.
I personally went 30 days without seeing the sun just because we were stuck in a tin can. And all I had to do was go to the gym, go to chow, and clean my rack. But I got to see a lot of cool countries on the deployment. Anytime we made a stop, we got to go to Singapore, Hong Kong, Dubai, Bahrain. We did a field exercise in North Africa. It was a great time. I'm glad I did it. Once I got back from deployment, they kind of look at your orders and see how much time you have left on contract to see if you can deploy again. At that time, I did not. At that point, I was working through that process of, do I want to go to school after this? So I didn't want to re-enlist. And then I got transferred over to another unit, and that's where I served out my time. And then I EAS'd on January 21st of 2019.
And you decided to go to Mount Marty University. What was it about Mount Marty that was the place?
Really, I like the Midwest in general. I'm a big hunter, big fisher. And if you look around Mount Marty, we have, the river, we have the big lake, we have all this great hunting land around here. So I kind of gravitated towards this area. My brother lives over in Vermilion. Being close to family is a big thing for me.
And you're from Council Bluffs, right?
Yep,
so
Council
it's not
Bluffs,
too
Iowa.
far.
Not far at all. In the Midwest, 2 hours really isn't that far of a drive for anybody. We're all used to that. So just being around here is just a great place. And then the little bit I got to talk to them before I transferred here, I kind of fell in love with the place, and I knew this was a place for me.
So tell me about your family now. Who all gets to come to games and watch them?
So my mom and dad, they haven't missed a game yet. Not even Jamestown, not Corpus Stockton. They travel everywhere.
That's amazing.
So it's that my support staff is always there. And then obviously my brother tunes into games. All my best friends from back home, they tune in when they can. So I got a pretty big support staff. My parents are pretty smart with it. They'll make a trip out of it. They'll research Jamestown. There was a museum they wanted to see. So Friday night they drive up for the museum. Saturday they watch the game. Sunday they drive home.
I like it.
So they're pretty smart with it, but having them there is always a plus. I can hear my mom and my dad from the field sometimes. They get pretty loud. If you watch the playback when you guys are talking, I hear them yelling over you guys sometimes.
That's awesome, actually. I'm going to have to go back and listen to that. Just, I assume it's anytime you're making a play,
Oh, yeah.
people we hear screaming, that's them.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Imagine paid vacation, sick leave, holidays, and full medical coverage the moment you start a new job. Plus quarterly profit sharing, 5% 401k match, and a company-paid retirement plan. Your first day on the job. With Parker of Yankton, you don't have to imagine, because all these benefits begin day one. We are hiring assemblers, machine operators, material handlers, and line operation techs for both shifts. Don't mind working nights? Enjoy a pay differential of $235. If you're looking to upgrade your career and have day one benefits, apply today at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
¿Está buscando una casa para comprar? Me llamo Deb Speck de Vision Real Estate y puedo ayudarle a encontrar la casa perfecta. Yo sé que la barrera del idioma puede ser difícil, pero puedo facilitar el proceso. Escoja a un agente que se habla español. Envíeme un mensaje de texto 605-661-9398.
Sports injuries can be the result of competitive activities, but can also happen by just participating in leisure activities too. If you're experiencing pain as the result of your chosen activity, consider chiropractic care. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. We have experienced chiropractors that work with sports injuries every day. Our treatment options are aimed to minimize pain, reduce recovery time, and reduce risk of future injuries. Visit First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Tired of fine print confusion? Vision Insurance Group will help you see your insurance coverage clearly without straining your budget, covering everything from life and home insurance to auto, business, and long-term care. Vision Insurance Group offers coverage for South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska residents. Visit VisionInsuranceGRP.com to get a personalized quote today. Vision Insurance Group, protecting your future so you can live in the vision.
Welcome back to the Dakota Beverage pregame show. Getting you ready. Marty playing host to number 12 Morningside today here at Crane-Youngworth Field. Expecting a hot one today. Currently temperature around 80 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. Expected high today, 89 degrees. Along with Tehl Tanner, I'm Steve Thum. The Morningside Mustangs, well, what can you say about them? They kind of run out of superlatives when you describe how dominant they have been in football for the last, close to 20 years.
Pretty much the entire time their head coach Steve Ryan has been there is basically what it is.
Yeah, he started in 2001 when Morningside was really kind of flat on its back as a football program. Took them to the playoffs in 2004, and they've been in the playoffs practically every year since. They have won national championships in 2018, 2019, and 2021. Coach Steve Ryan inducted into the NAIA Coaches Hall of Fame in 2022. This program is a juggernaut, and they struggled last year. They actually had 3 losses for the first time in what seems like forever, but it seems like they've reloaded this year. Zach Chevalier, the quarterback, number 1 passer in the country, averaging 406 yards per game. He is number 3 in the country in passing touchdowns. Oh, but if you think they're a one-trick pony, forget about that. Ryan Cole, he has 7 rushing touchdowns, 290 yards on the ground coming in. He is number 5 in NAIA in rushing touchdowns, and their 2 big receiving threats are both underclassmen. Drew Sellen, 35 catches, 4 touchdowns. Lennox Brown, who quarterbacked them part of the year last year, he's converted to wide receiver. He has 28 catches, 4 receiving touchdowns. That's just off the pace as far as making the national charts, as far as top leaders. But this is an aerial attack averaging 481 yards per game. The pass rush and the coverage for Mount Marty is going to have to be stellar today.
So what you're saying is they're good. They're good at football, is what you're saying here. Once again, 531 yards per game Morningside is averaging. They're getting 48.5 points per game.
Actually, 55 points per game.
Oh, it's just incredible.
That
what
is
they're able
number
to do.
1 in the country. They are the highest scoring team in NAIA, which has been quite often the case in the last 15 years plus. They're right at the top of the charts when it comes to offense. They've had multiple All-Americans over the years, and like I said, 3 championships they won in 4 years, and they have been a consistent team making it deep into the playoffs. The thing about Morningside is that when you have a record of success like Coach Ryan has, you're not going to surprise everybody. Everybody knows who you are, and that's one of the things that, they're going to get everybody's best shot.
They're going to get everybody's best shot because everybody wants to beat the best. That's what it is. And Morningside, throughout the last couple of years, they have been one of, if not the best team in the country. Obviously, the last couple of years with Dolenchek at the helm, they were that number one team that everybody was going after. And now Chevalier's looking like he might be that next guy that they're able to run with for a long time, and he's only a junior. So they're going to have him for a little while. Last week, obviously, 415 through the air with 2 touchdowns. Offensive Player of the Week in the GPAC. He's going to be a threat today.
Yep, and he, like I said, he's out of Santa Clarita, California, has thrown 12 touchdowns. The only negative in that regard, he has thrown 7 interceptions on the season so far, and that's something when I talked to Coach Ryan earlier today, he talked about turnovers as a factor that has hampered the Mustangs at time. They lost their opening contest at home to Benedictine of Kansas, 48-45 in a shootout. They fell behind in that game, came back, came down to the last play, but since then, they've been rolling. They beat Concordia by 30, a tough win over Midland on the road, 28-21, and then last week they rolled by Doane 70-0. That's been the tale for the Mustangs this season. Meanwhile, Marty came off a loss against Northwestern, 38-3, rebounded very well last week. Steamrolling Waldorf 56-7. Everything went right for Mount Marty in that game, especially in that X factor special teams.
Special teams, you got to win in 3 phases of the game if you're going to beat a team like Morningside. Once again, Lancers last week had 3 special teams touchdowns. Gaetani, Pickthorn, and Goebel all ended up running one back into the end zone. Gaetani took a 80-plus yard punt return for a touchdown. It was Pickthorn after a blocked field goal. He was able to take it down the field for a touchdown. And then Dalton Goebel, after a blocked punt, was able to get the scoop and score for a touchdown. 3 special teams touchdowns for the Lancers last week. If they're going to beat Morningside here today, they're going to need to be working well both defensively, offensively, and in special teams.
Yeah, you cannot make any mistake against Morningside. I've seen them many times over the years in my years announcing games in the GPAC. They are very proficient at capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes, and that's why they've got all those championship trophies down there in Sioux City, Iowa. This is the Dakota Beverage pregame show. He's Tehl Tanner. I'm Steve Thum. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, and we'll hear from Coach Steve Ryan. That is the Rival Report, brought to you by Fairfield, by Marriott, and the Holiday Inn Express. Remember, you can get great rates and flexible reservation changes by calling the Fairfield by Marriott or Holiday Inn Express in Yankton Direct. Back with the interview with Coach Ryan after this timeout right here on KYNT.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Hungry for the best chicken wings in town? Then head to Checkers Sports Bar and Grill. Whether you're craving mild, hot, or something with a kick, they've got the wings that will keep you coming back for more. They'll have every NFL game on so you won't miss a moment of the action. Grab a cold one, cheer on your favorite team, and enjoy the ultimate game day atmosphere. Wings, football, friends, it's all at Checkers. Open daily for all of your wing cravings.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew, The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
The pregame show continues here on KYNT. We're talking to the visiting coach today, Coach Ryan of Morningside. This interview brought to you by Fairfield, by Marriott, and Holiday Inn Express. Coach Ryan, number 12 team in the land. You had a tough game, that first game of the year against Benedictine, a close loss. How was the feeling of your team coming out of that game?
Yeah, I think, obviously there was disappointment just in losing the game. But, we had 2 pick sixes early, and we were down 28-3, and then to have it come down to the last play of the game. The guys, I think they came away with an idea that, hey, we can do something special this year. We have what it takes to come back in ball games. We just need to take care of some of the mistakes we're making.
And your team's been rolling since, some big wins. Of course, Midland, one of those victories for you. You got a big win over Concordia as well. Now you're moving into the middle part of the season, coming into Mount Marty. What has your team been doing well, and what do you think you still need to improve on as the season progresses?
Well, I think number one, just this focus on getting better each and every week, and they've been able to kind of stay that course and continue to do that. Offensively, I think we've been able to, move the ball effectively and continue to do that. We just got to make better decisions with the football, not turn it over. And defense, we just need to start out faster. We've struggled, early in games at times, and we need to get a good, quick start today.
Who have been your leaders on offense, both on the field and in the locker room?
Well, I think our quarterback, Zach Chevalier, has done a great job just kind of taking over the role and, his leadership in that regard. And then Ryan Cole, is a 4-year, player for us, 3-year starter at running back, and is just an outstanding person and leader for us in that regard.
And let's talk about the leaders on defense.
Well, I think, Isaac Pingle is a 4-year starter for us at linebacker. He's on the All-State Good Works team. Amazing person and leader. This is his 2nd year as a captain for us and has done a great job with it. And Brady Slager on the D-line is also a 5th-year player and is doing a great job for us up front.
Okay, and studying the tape on Mount Marty, what are you concerned about coming into today's game about the threat from the Lancers?
Well, number one, I think they're playing outstanding football, and they're very opportunistic. They're doing a great job. Obviously last week on special teams, creating scores and then just creating turnovers. And so we need to make good decisions with football, and we need to try to play better on 3rd down than we have and get them off the field.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time today and good luck.
Thank you.
Steve Ryan, the head coach for Morningside. We'll take a break and come back with more as the pregame show continues right here on KYNT.
Before the Lancers play, after the game, or maybe even while watching it here. Enjoy authentic flavor at RB Grill House and Sports Bar.
We're American themed and feature handcrafted dishes and daily specials with an amazing selection of beer and spirits. Enjoy burgers, steaks, wings, and ribs, sandwiches, salads, seafood, and plenty of HD TVs.
Authentic flavor,
Family driven,
and a memorable atmosphere.
Join us at RB Grill House and Sports Bar next to River Rocks Event Center on Broadway in Yankton. Go Lancers!
There's a new option for families in the Yankton area to memorialize their loved ones. This is Paul Wintz with the Wintz and Ray Funeral Home and Garden Memory Cemetery. This new and unique columbarium consists of both indoor glass front niches, where families can incorporate pictures and other special mementos, as well as outdoor granite niches personalized with a beautiful bronze nameplate. For more information, please give us a call or visit our columbarium page at wintzrayfuneralhome.com.
Regular vehicle service keeps your vehicle running efficiently, can prevent costly repairs, and ensures your safety on the road. For all your car maintenance needs, rely on Northtown Service in Yankton. If it's new tires, brake pads, or an engine checkup, their skilled technicians are ready to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Serving the Yankton area, they handle routine maintenance and unexpected repairs with top-notch customer service. Schedule your appointment today. Northtown Service, North Highway 81 in Yankton. At Triple Time Rudy's, not only do you get top-notch fuel to keep you on the move, but it's a destination for delicious local treats. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. It's your community's pit stop for more than just fuel. Triple Time Rudy supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, stop by Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
And welcome back to Crane-Youngworth Field. We're about 20 minutes away from the kickoff of today's football game, college football here today, Morningside taking on Mount Marty. Along with Tehl Tanner, I'm Steve Thum. This is the Dakota Beverage pregame show. Sunny skies, 80 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. Hope you can join us here at the stadium. If you can't, well, don't worry, the best seat in the house right here on KYNT. It's time now to meet the starting lineups for both squads. That's brought to you by Foreman Charters. Let Foreman Charters do the driving for your next trip. See upcoming tours at foremanbus.com. With the starting lineups, here's Tehl Tanner.
Started off with the Mount Marty Lancers up front, as usual, them big boys in the offensive line. A senior out of Van Vleck, Texas, number 79, Patrick Perkins, the left tackle. The left guard, a senior out of Fort Worth, Texas, number 51, Anil Pastrana. The center, a senior out of Kingsbury, Texas, number 74, Cooper Sezdek. The right guard, a senior out of Montgomery, Texas, number 69, Xavier Gable. And the right tackle, a junior out of West Palm Beach, Florida, Lionel Whittingham, number 65. Go to the pass catchers. Started off with the All-American grad senior tight end, number 4, Rex Ryken, Yankton native. In the slot, it's Nick Heath. He's a senior out of Ojibwa, Wisconsin. He's number 35. Another Yankton native pass-catching senior, the wide receiver, number 2, Trevor Fitzgerald. And finally, Rodney Broadnax, the sophomore wide receiver out of Cleveland, Tennessee. He's wearing number 11. The starting running back for the Lancers is a junior out of Merced, California, Malachi Hartz, wearing number 7. And the starting quarterback for the Mount Marty Lancers, redshirt freshman Yankton native, number 14, Rugby Ryken.
And one of the key backups today for Mount Marty, Kyle Hirsch, he'll be subbing in. He's a freshman out of Gayville. He used to play for Morningside. You know he might have revenge in his mind, as the Lancers are averaging 189 yards on the ground, 120 through the air, 309 yards per game. They're averaging 31 points per game. Let's meet the Lancer defense.
Started off up front again on the left end. It's a senior out of Gainesville, Florida, number 15, Dalen Norman. The nose tackle, Tyrell Klein. He's a senior out of Lamar's, Iowa, number 95. The right end, John Carlstead. We spoke with him a little earlier in the pregame. He's a senior out of Council Bluffs, Iowa, wearing number 39. The linebacker core on the left side, it's a senior out of Montgomery, Texas, number 33, Cameron Middleton. On the other end, it's a junior out of Chicago, Illinois, number 10, David Wilson. The middle linebackers, number 1, a senior out of Brandon, South Dakota, Josh Pickthorn, and another middle linebacker, senior out of Monterey, California, number 40, Jacob Lambeth. Go to the defensive backs, the left side, Amir Conley, senior corner out of San Diego, California, wearing number 4. On the other end, it's Azmaram Muhammad, junior out of Sioux Falls, Roosevelt, wearing number 0 today. The strong safety is Gabe Baptista out of Hawaii, a senior, wearing number 5, and the free safety is James Brinsley, senior out of Seguin, Texas, wearing number 2.
And aloha to all of our listeners and viewers online out in Hawaii. We know we have some people out there watching. It's early in the morning in Hawaii, so aloha, welcome aboard. The Lancer defense giving up 271 yards per game, 169.5 through the air, 101.5 on the ground, 3 sacks, just 1 interception as a team this year. All right, time to meet the opposing team today. Head coach Steve Ryan and the Morningside Mustangs.
Wow, I just had to look just because you mentioned that it's early in the morning. It's 7:43 a.m. out there in Hawaii. So thank you for y'all for getting up and watching some Lancer athletics. I think I'd be asleep if I was y'all, but you know what? Thank you for tuning in. Let's go to the Mustangs now. Started off up front with the offensive line again. The left tackle, senior out of Fremont, Nebraska, number 54, Aiden Queen. The left guard, Brody Catrier, a freshman out of Draper, Utah. The center, Mason Scott, wearing number 70. He's a junior out of Sioux City, Iowa. The right guard, junior out of Omaha, Nebraska, number 72, Jack James. The right tackle, freshman out of Promise City, Iowa, Daniel George, wearing number 77. Starting tight end, a redshirt freshman out of Mondamon, Iowa, wearing number 85, Sage Evans. Wide receiver core started off with a sophomore out of Fremont, Nebraska, wearing number 9, Drew Sellen. Wide receiver, sophomore out of Donahue, Iowa, Jacob Nelson, wearing 10. And the H-back, the junior out of North Liberty, Missouri, number 89, Griffin Kraft. Starting running back for the Morningside Mustangs, a senior out of Plymouth, Iowa, Ryan Cole, wearing 36. And the starting quarterback, offensive player of the week, guy averaging over 400 a game, the junior out of Santa Clara, California, number 15, Zach Chevalier, I believe.
Chevalier is what Coach Ryan.
Yeah, the pronunciation guide we were given is different from what Coach Ryan said in your pregame interview with him. So we'll say Chevalier since that's what he said. So Zach Chevalier is the starting quarterback.
Yeah, he will go with the coach there. And another player not starting, he'll get a lot of playing time, and that's Lennox Brown, the junior wide receiver out of Council Bluffs, Iowa. He was their part-time quarterback last year, switching to wide receiver, and he's having a stellar year for the Mustangs. They're averaging 48 points per game. That is number 9 in NAIA. I mistakenly said earlier 55 points per game. That's what the NAIA webpage had.
It did say that a couple days ago. I saw that too. It was a mistake.
It has been updated, and my mistake there. So let's go now on to the other side of the line of scrimmage. Let's meet the Mustang defense.
Started off up front again. The left end, a senior out of Storm Lake, Iowa, number 43, Colton Dreeth. On the left side still, they're running that 4-3-4 is Morningside. Brady Schlager, a senior out of Spencer, Iowa, number 91. The right tackle, Gabe Marins, a senior out of Lincoln, Missouri, number 97. And on the right end, it's Austin Jurgens, junior out of Odell, Nebraska, wearing number 95. The linebacker core, Isaac Pingle on the left side, number 39, senior out of Spencer, Iowa. On the other end, a junior out of Aubrey, Texas, number 23, Landry Phipps. And the middle linebacker, senior out of Worthing, South Dakota, Hayden Mendel. Go to the defensive backs, the senior out of Hazelwood, Missouri, corner on the left side, number 6, Dijon Walls. On the other end, corner out of Victorville, California, a senior in Michael Barnett. The strong safety, sophomore out of Holstein, Iowa, number 14, Cade Harriman. And number 1, the free safety, sophomore out of Wildwood, Missouri, Malik Hampton.
The Mustangs giving up 291 yards per game defensively, which is kind of high by their standards, but they've been in a couple of shootouts this year, 162 through the air, 129 on the ground. As a team, 8 sacks, 7 interceptions. And that's your starting lineups today, brought to you by Foreman Charters. We're less than 10 minutes away from the kickoff of today's game, Morningside, here in Yankton at Crane-Youngworth Field to take on the Mount Marty Lancers. Both teams 3-1 on the year. Morningside, the number 12 team in the country. We're going to take a timeout, and then we'll come back, and we'll have the interview with Coach John Micheletti of the Lancers coming up after this 2-minute timeout. Along with Tehl Tanner, I'm Steve Thum. It's a gorgeous day for football. Hope you can join us. If not, the radio and online is the best place to be, KYNT. We're back right after this with more Lancer football on KYNT.
A couple days ago, a teacher came into the UPS store to print some worksheets for her classroom. As we were printing, she asked if we could help her design and print a custom banner for her school's upcoming event. Yes, we can. Hi, this is Doug at the UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion, where for over 8 years we've been serving educators, businesses, and community members with all kinds of printing solutions. Stop by today and let us assist with your next project, and be sure to ask about our shipping services or current print specials.
Want to buy the best bike from the best team? Then shop Ace Bike and Fitness for your Trek bike needs. This is Ken, and every Trek bike we sell is built to give you a quality ride and is backed with a history of performance and durability. We stock the best selection of Trek recreation bikes, fitness bikes, mountain bikes for adults and kids. Shop in store, and one of our bike enthusiasts will match you with a perfect Trek bike. Visit Ace Bike and Fitness in Yankton today.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT&RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care. Whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
All right, back here on the pregame show from Coors Light and Miller Lite. Always remember, drink responsibly. Go to our coach interview from Sureco when you need to be sure. Make it Sureco. John Micheletti now in the booth with me ahead of Morningside. This is one of the best teams, Gold Star program in the NAIA, and you get them at home, Coach. First up, give me your thoughts on this matchup and Morningside themselves.
Yeah, Morningside, they're going to be a very disciplined, tough, physical team. But as we've continuously to build this program up, these are the teams that we look forward to playing and kind of judge to see exactly where we're at. So our guys are definitely excited for this one.
When it comes to the season so far, obviously 3-1 start, a very impressive start to the year for your program. You've already tied your program record in wins, which is obviously you're in year 4 of existence. So you're going to do that obviously in the beginning, but you've got a chance to maybe get quite a few of those. You're still early in the season. Have you thought about that, records you're going to set?
Not really. As they come up, I guess we do a little bit, like looking back at the last game, there was some first punt return touchdown, largest blowout victory, things like that. And first Riken touchdown.
Yeah, that was fun. That was super fun.
Different firsts like that as they come up. But no, I guess growing up, my dad raised me to really focus on the moment, and kind of be where your feet are. So really just focus on this week right now, trying to go 1-0 this week and putting our best foot forward.
Let's talk about this week in terms of what needs to happen. Last week, one of the things that really propelled your victory was special teams. You had 3 special teams touchdowns last week against Waldorf. A little bit of a different animal with Morningside, but you still got to control the 3 phases of the game in order to beat a team like this. Tell me about your special teams.
Yeah, very well put there. Looking back to the game prior to that, Northwestern's kind of in that game. Special teams got the ball rolling in the wrong direction. So special teams is a great example of what your culture is, and because it's the guys that may not always be starters. Some of them obviously are starters on offense or defense, but they're key backups and stuff like that have a special skill that we kind of show. So great example of what the team is kind of made up of. So we got to make sure that facet is not overlooked. Got to make sure when we're getting the ball back that we get the ball back, and if we're trying to give them the ball that it gets off cleanly, and we are flipping field position to ultimately win the time of possession and really try to maintain that whole ball control.
Let's talk about John Carlstead for a moment. We talked about him a little earlier in the program, and as soon as I say his name, your eyes light up. You love this guy, Coach.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about him.
Yeah, he's I'm forever indebted to this guy. Him being here for some time, being a leader, being an older guy, had to come here after he served for the country, and you're really helping raising the rest of the group. That was one thing we were talking about on the ride over, is him changing the radiator and changing brakes on some of the other players, talking them through how to, fix things on the cars and how to better manage their money, different things like that, things that he has learned through his life and having a good relationship with his brother as well. But outstanding guy. I love the guy forever. A great family. I'm very excited to see what is next for him after college, for sure.
Let's talk about your offense. They obviously were able to get things really rolling. One of the things that we saw this last week, it really seemed like you were trying to get Trey Hansen involved in this game. You were trying to get some of these guys who hadn't got as many touches this year as we'd seen in years past, trying to get them involved. Is that the plan again?
Yeah. You drop Trey Hansen. That's a guy that we use as a spark plug. He's a guy that, will bring energy to the team. Just with his actions and his demeanor, but when throughout a game, if he can have a big play like that, our offense feeds off that so well. So that helps complement the Malachi Harts, the Kyle Hurst, the run game and things like that. When you have a playmaker like that go and make those plays in those situations. So getting those guys involved, getting the Rodneys and some of that on the fly sweeps, getting Trey Hansen open downfield, then it makes it easier to find the sure hands, Rex Reichen and Trevor Fitzgerald across the middle, things like that. So definitely part of our offense and continuously grooming and really stepping up and identifying ourselves as the offense.
Coach, you're in week 5. You get your second home game. That's pretty fun. You get to be back at Crane after a long road stretch. So good luck against Morningside.
I appreciate it.
Not brought to you by Sherco. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco. This is the pregame show from Dakota Beverage. Whether it's Coors Light or Miller Lite, always remember, drink responsibly. Let's take a break. Come back. We've got the kickoff with Mount Marty and Morningside. GPAC Football up next.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family.
We have an experienced and extremely caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments.
With an office located in the heart of Yankton at 1818 Broadway, we're centrally located for all patients in the area.
Whether you need fillings, crowns, or bridges, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox.
Contact Elwood Family Dental Care today.
Brand names like Ashley Furniture, Lazy Boy, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, Tempur-Pedic fuel our sales floor and our warehouses. At Slumberland, we're passionate about what we sell: furniture, mattresses, and home decor. We take pride in selling high-quality products at a great price. You deserve to have the home you want, and at Slumberland, we want to help you achieve it. Live in the home of your dreams. See us at Slumberland in Yankton, 2401 Broadway.
They say tomorrow is always coming, but never arrives. It's always just beyond today. Not true when it comes to internet. Tomorrow's technology is already here. We'll need solutions that are even faster, smarter, and more secure. So let's go. Let's go to a place where Midco Internet connects you to all the possibilities of tomorrow. That's where we're going today. Midco. Let's go beyond.
Have a large group or event that you'd like to offer clothing for? JJ Benji's can make you look good. Instead of you taking orders, collecting money, and then delivering the clothing, let JJ Benji's handle it all. JJ Benji's will create an online store with the merchandise you want to offer. People order, pay, and then JJ Benji's will ship it. You just provide a link or QR code to the online store, and that's it. Contact JJ Benji's in Yankton for more information.
And we're ready for the kickoff in just a few minutes here as we wrap up the Dakota Beverage pregame show for Lancer football. Remember, whether it's Coors Light or Miller Lite, please drink responsibly. I'm Steve Thum. He's Tehl Tanner. The team captains making their way out to the center of the field today for the coin toss. Morningside, their road white uniforms with the maroon numbers, maroon pants. And they will have the dark helmets today. Mount Marty in the home navy blue uniforms, the white numbers and pants, and the traditional gold helmets. Connor Singheisen is the referee for today. He is out at the center of the field. He is talking to the Morningside captain. And let's see here. We'll wait for the coin toss. It is in the air. It hits the turf. And it is Mount Marty who has won the toss. They have deferred. And it will be Morningside to receive the opening kickoff for today's contest. Let's meet our officiating crew. Connor Singheisen, the referee. The umpire is Seth Salker. The head linesman is Joe Martin. The line judge, Hunter White. The field judge, Michael Perrion. Jason Seitz is the side judge. And the back judge is Max Morris. Those the officials for today. The first half of football being brought to you by Dakota Mac. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, investor, or simply a Lancer fan, look to Dakota Mac for your ag financing needs. Visit dakotamac.com to learn more. All right, Tehl, quick final thoughts here as we're getting ready for the kickoff. It's the Lancers and the Mustangs.
Yeah, for Mount Marty, they need to control the turnover battle. If you're turning the ball over against a team like Morningside, you're just not going to win. That's simply how it works when you're playing as good of a program, a gold star program in the NAI like this Morningside Mustang team. If you turn over the ball, you lose. So Mount Marty's got to keep the interceptions, the fumbles, the blocked punts, everything that you can think of. It just cannot happen today. They've got to win the turnover battle. For Morningside, you just got to throw the ball, play with your defense, and even if you get hit in the mouth early, you got to remember who you are and stay in the lead. You know, this is a Lancer team that they're going to put their defense on the field first, and it is a veteran defense. They've got 9 seniors of their 11 starters, and the other 2 are juniors. This is a Lancer program that's seen a lot, even though they're year 4 of existence. The players on the field, they've played 4 years. They are full seniors. They know what to expect from this game. They've seen Morningside before. We'll see what happens here, but yeah, this Lancer defense, they're veteran. They're going to be ready.
It is Jack Finder who has it teed up on the left side of the field if you're listening on radio. Back deep, Luke Harnley and Drew Sellen, and the football is in the air, and we are underway. And it is going to be Harnley at about the 8-yard line near the far sideline. He's get a couple of blockers across the 25, the 30, the 35, shoved out of bounds on the right sideline near the 40-yard line, so a good return, and that's where Morningside will set up shop. 1st and 10, they're going to put it right at the 40-yard line, about 32 yards on that kickoff return by Lakin Harnley.
Yeah, Harnley is senior. He's out of Bellevue, Nebraska, and a very good return there for Morningside offense. They're already on the field at the 40-yard line in own territory.
Out of the shotgun with Cole standing to his left. It'll be a handoff. Cole running right. He's got a couple of good blocks, but he gets stood up right away by Middleton. Limited him to about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, Cameron Middleton, a guy out of Montgomery, Texas. He's a senior, 2.5 tackles for loss and 16 tackles on the season, or 16 tackles. Give him a sack as well. He's been good for this Lancer program for years.
Key to stopping Morningside is you got to limit their running game. And you got to get pressure on their quarterback, because that's a very good offensive line there for the Mustangs on 2nd and 7. The upright right to left on the radio dial. They'll straight up the middle. Cole worms his way through a hole across the 45. Stop just shy of the 47. See where they give him forward progress to. They're going to give him forward progress to about the 47. It'll set up 3rd down and 3. Lancer football today brought to you in part by Core Trust, helping you achieve your personal and business goals. It's Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations with Core Trust, member FDIC. 3rd and 3. Shotgun set with Cole standing just to the right of his quarterbacks. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Here comes Lennox Brown in motion on the left side. Straight drop back. Here's pressure thrown over the middle. Intercepted by the Lancers, and Baptista at the 45, midfield down the right sideline. Knocked out of bounds near the 31-yard line. Chevalier, he overthrew his receiver. And is Baptista getting his first pick of the year.
Baptista's got a couple of forced fumbles a couple weeks ago in that win over Dakota Wesleyan. The guy who ripped out that fumble for the Lancers to send it to overtime and win the game, that was him. He can make plays wherever he's at on the field, gets the interception there on the overthrown football, takes it into Morningside territory. The Lancers playing well to start it off. We talked about it right before the start of this. Lancers have a very good veteran defense. They're able to capitalize on mistakes.
That is the 8th interception for the year for Chevalier, the quarterback, and now Riken from the Mustang 30-yard line is going to go on a jet sweep, and that's going to be Hirsch to the left side. He's across the 20 to the 15, knocked out of bounds near the 10-yard line. Kyle Hirsch on the jet sweep. Normally he's a running back. He lined up as a wide receiver on that play, and that's the first time we've seen that play all year. Great success. Gain of 20 yards down to the 10-yard line, just underway, 13-10 and counting first quarter. Lancers, after a pickoff, are in the red zone. Hirsch in motion. Fake it to him. Riken on the keeper, dives ahead, a 1-yard gain on the quarterback run up the middle. That was good penetration and pressure that time by the Mustang defense.
Yeah, Morningside had that one covered very, very well. They were running that option there. Quarterback decides to keep it and go up the middle. No matter what he did there was a Mustang in the area. That was either going to be a tackle for loss or a 1-yard gain. He was kind of lucky he was able to dive forward for a yard there. 2nd and goal.
That interception by Baptista, officially 33 yards on the return of that interception by the defensive back out of Hawaii. Second down, goal to go from the 9-yard line for the Lancers. Pistol formation, Hart's in at running back. He'll take the handoff, tries the right side, dances around a couple of defenders, gets down near the 5. They're going to say his knee hit down at the 6. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 6 coming up for the Lancers. You don't want to walk away with just 3 here. You got to punch it into the end zone. And your number 1 target is obviously the senior, Rex Reichen. But Morningside knows that. Rex Reichen on many patterns this year, he's been double covered and triple covered. 3rd and goal. Shotgun set, Hart's to the right of his quarterback. Here comes Rex Reichen in motion from left to right. Fitzgerald out there. And Hansen over on the left side. Rollout, throws to the corner. Caught! Is it a touchdown? Rex Reichen? Yes! Touchdown! He tiptoed right at the right corner at the pylon. And Mount Marty, I believe for the first time ever, has a lead on Morningside. 6-0 with 11:36 left to go in quarter number 1. You couldn't have scripted a better start for Mount Marty in this football game.
And on that touchdown play, I think everybody and their mother knew exactly where that was going. You knew it was going to Rex Reichen. The problem that everybody in the country is having with this All-American tight end is stopping it. Even though you know he's going to get it, nobody's been able to stop him his entire career.
Here's the point after kick by Jack Finder. It is on the way, but he missed it. Wide left, no good. Timeout, 11:27 left to go. First quarter, Mount Marty 6, Morningside nothing. Back with the kickoff in 30 seconds on KYNT.
A big thank you from Mount Marty University to one of Yankton's greatest employers and friend of the community, Aztec. They're very proud to support the Mount Marty Lancers. The vision at Aztec is to build industry-changing solutions that create life-changing opportunities. And you can build a career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Click careers at aztecindustries.com. Best wishes, Mount Marty, from your friends at Aztec.
KYNT, Yankton, FM 1021 and AM 1450, Yankton's home team.
11:27 left to go. First quarter, Mount Marty 6, Morningside nothing. Along with Tehl Tanner, I'm Steve Thum. And that last scoring drive went 30 yards after the interception by Gabe Baptista, the short field, a 6-yard pass, Reichen to Reichen. The point after kick, however, was no good. We'll see if that plays a factor in today's contest as Jack Finder has it teed up. High end-over-end kick down the middle of the field. And the return by Morningside. That's going to be one of their backup wide receivers, I believe. That is Nolan Feller, backup running back out of Omaha. He had the return out there for the first time on special teams. He gets the ball to the 26-yard line. And that's where Morningside sets up 1st and 10.
And now we get into it just as we talked about in the keys to the game. For Morningside, you're down early, a tough break to start it off. Now is the time. You just got to remember who you are. You're Morningside. Get down the field.
Play action pass over the middle, caught across the 45-yard line. A good catch by Drew Sellen, his first catch of the game. He came into the game averaging 14.5 yards per catch, 35 coming into the game. Here's the hurry-up offense now by Morningside. They come quickly with 2 receivers either side. Play action, throw, caught, out in the open, first down, and that is, I believe, Sellen. No, check that. That's Kellen Jacobson, backup wide receiver out of Sioux City East, a junior. And it looks like Morningside's going to pick up the pace with the hurry-up offense. They come, again, right to the line of scrimmage. The ball's down in Lancer territory at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10, Morningside operating right to left on your radio dial. Shotgun set, 2 receivers left, 1 out to the right. Play action, Chevalier throws it, got a man, caught. Sellen along the right sideline inside the 30, down near the 25-yard line, move the chains. All of a sudden, Morningside, they are going with that full throttle offense.
Yeah, Sellen's got over 500 yards receiving in 4 games, 4 touchdowns. That's a very good receiver on the outside. Morningside, remembering who they are. They're moving the ball through the air. The running game didn't do a whole lot in that opening possession. They're throwing the ball here.
Chevalier, play action, straight drop back over the middle. Got a man, Lennox Brown at the 5. Stumbles, stays on his feet, gets into the end zone. Touchdown, just like that. Morningside marches down the field with that fast break offense.
Did not run the ball once. They were just straight through the air. They had a couple of play action, throw it downfield. They had open receivers in space on great routes. They made that one look easy.
Boy,
good way to respond.
Yeah, I tell you what, and your quarterback throws an interception, and Coach Ryan says, hey, guys, shake it off, come back. Here's what we're going to do. And, boy, they just marched down the field in a big hurry and got that point after kick, or got the touchdown. Here is the point after kick. It is good. And that was kicked by Tommy Fitzsimmons. We are at the 9:55 mark of quarter number 1. Morningside 7, Mount Marty 6. Back with the kickoff in just 30 seconds on KYNT.
Taylor is living the Runza dream.
The Fry Life is the high life.
He's stacking up rewards on the Runza mobile app.
Points on points on points on points.
That's a lot of free food from Runza.
Yep, I'm headed there for lunch today.
Download the Runza mobile app to start getting rewards. Because Runza makes it all better.
Runza on Broadway by Menards in Yankton.
Trey Hansen and Rodney Broadnax back deep to take the upcoming kickoff here. And to do the honors is Trevor Paulson. He is a sophomore out of Yankton. High end-over-end kick. Hansen retreats, catches it in the end zone. He's going to run it out. At the right sideline, cuts back to the middle of the field. He gets clobbered near the 17-yard line on a big special teams tackle.
Lancers have got a long way to go now, trapped inside their own 20, but the offense came out firing after that interception. They had the short field at the 30-yard line of Morningside. They were able to get down the field into the end zone, capitalize on the turnover. Now they've got the full field to go. We'll see how they respond here.
Now football is down at the 17-yard line. First and 10 Lancers. They operate from left to right on your radio dial. Pistol formation, handoff, Hartz up the middle, had a hole, it closes quickly. You got about a yard, and that's all. Mount Marty football today brought to you by Runza. Pick up the perfect burger at Runza. Bacon cheeseburger, Swiss mushroom, or spicy jack. Made fresh and topped the way you like it. It's Runza, now in Yankton. Second down and 9 coming up for Mount Marty. They'll spread out 2 receivers either side. Pistol formation, some movement on the line, no flag. Now Mount Marty will straighten up, look over to the near sideline. They'll get the play. And now set things down. Plenty of time on the play clock. Now it's winding down. It's 3 seconds left. Handoff, Hartz up the middle, disappears into the line. Got about a yard, and that's all.
Looked like he might have had a little bit of slip as he was trying to make a move, then just hit the hole. Maybe not at full speed. It's 3rd and long for the Lancers. 8 yards to go to that first down marker.
Mount Marty football brought to you in part by Gerstner Oil. No matter what you drive, make sure you fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's on Broadway in Yankton. 3rd down and 8 coming up. 8:35 and counting. First quarter. Morningside 7, Mount Marty 6. Riken has Hartz standing to his right in the shotgun set. 2 receivers either side. Drops back, has time, throws, and it's going to be caught right at the sticks. First down, Trevor Fitzgerald over on the far side of the field, right at the 28-yard line.
Not just a good route and a good throw, but a good play call. You need to get Trevor Fitzgerald involved in this game early. That's one of the senior wide receivers, another Yankton native. The starting quarterback, one of the starting wide receivers, and starting tight end, all from Yankton. They know each other well. That connection's got to be big today from those 3 guys.
Under 8 minutes to go, first quarter. Mount Marty down 7-6. Mount Marty football today brought to you by Mason Schramm. Are you buying or selling? Move with Mason and the Move Group. Pistol formation on first down and 10. Handoff, Hartz tries the right side, slips through a couple of tackles. Whole lot of white jerseys will stop him at the 30-yard line, gain of 2.
Yeah, hard 2-yard run there. He was trying to shake off tacklers. There were 4 or 5 different Mustangs that ended up getting contact on the ball carrier on that one. 2nd and 8.
Mount Marty football today brought to you in part by Aztec. Build your career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Lancers. Coming up on 7:05 and counting here in the first quarter. Mustangs up 7-6. We'll pack the 3 wide receivers on the left side. Quarterback draw. Reichen slips a tackle, dives ahead to the 35. Gain of 5. Sets up 3rd down and 3.
Shoestring tackle from Austin Juergens there was able to bring down the young quarterback. Barely, otherwise that'd have been a 1st down run. Good job from the right end, Austin Juergens. He's out of Odell, Nebraska, has 4 tackles for loss in the season, 14 total tackles with an interception for the junior.
I believe his sister played volleyball at college.
Yeah, at the University of South Dakota when I was there covering USD as well. Pretty athletic family for sure.
3rd down and 3. Empty backfield. 3 receivers out to the left. Here comes Hirsch in motion. They'll fake it to him. Quarterback draw. Reichen is going to get stopped after a 1-yard gain, maybe 2. It'll be 4th and 1 coming up. And here comes the punting unit for Mount Marty.
A good stand for Morningside there. Lancers had a similar situation to this 2 weeks ago when they're facing Northwestern. Similar down and distance on their own side of the field. They decided to go for it on 4th, didn't get it. And then it was Northwestern able to go up multiple possessions after that. They're not making that same mistake this week.
Yeah, tough to run against this Morningside defense. 4th and 1. Finders the punter. Harnley back deep. Gets the kick away. Good punt. Harnley, fair catch, but he's going to let it bounce at the 30 and now collects it, and he is swarmed under at the 22-yard line, and that's where Morningside takes over 1st and 10. Mount Marty football today brought to you in part by Dakota Mac. At Dakota Mac, we can help you do the heavy lifting when it comes to ag financing. Whether you're a farmer, investor, or a beginning farmer, we work hard to find lending solutions to fit your needs. Learn more at dakotamac.com. Mount Marty brings out their high-powered offense. They just marched down the field quickly on their last drive, going with a hurry-up offense. Shotgun set, Cole to the left of his quarterback. Play action, throw over the middle. It's caught, and it'll be a 1st down. Rumbling forward is Lennox Brown across the 40-yard line. The former quarterback ran a pretty good pattern there.
These defensive backs for Mount Marty are going to have to put in the work today. 1 interception on the 1st drive. 2nd drive, Morningside went straight down the field, never even struggled. Now we'll see what they can do on possession number 3.
From the 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Brown goes in motion from right to left. They'll throw a little bubble screen. That's caught by Nelson, Jacob Nelson, across the 45 to about the 47-yard line.
Took a shot from David Wilson there. The junior linebacker out of Chicago came screaming in to put a hit on the ball carrier. Good to hold on to it. 2nd and 4.
4:45 and counting. First quarter, Morningside 7, Mount Marty 6. Along with Tehl Tanner, I'm Steve Thum. And it's that hurry-up offense again. 2nd down and about 4 yards to go. Comes a man in motion, an H-back, and now Cole takes the handoff. He's got the 1st down across mid-creel, across the 45, loses his helmet, tackled at the 40-yard line, move the chains, 1st down, Mustangs.
A hard tackle, lost his helmet at the end there. Cole's going to have to go out for a play when you use your helmet, or lose your helmet, so they'll have to bring in somebody else. But they've got some deep running backs. They've got a couple guys that can carry the rock.
Yeah, that's Noah Feller in, the 5'6" freshman out of Omaha and Millard South. He's going to carry, tries to scamper around the right side, but corralled after a gain of about 3 yards. And here comes Cole right back into the game.
Yeah, you got to go out for 1 play only when your helmet comes off. Then you can come back in. 2nd down for Morningside. They're in Lancer territory already.
This offense, very, very effective, but again, it's been the turnovers that have hurt them this year. 8 so far by Chevalier, the quarterback. 2nd down and about 7. Play action, throw down the sideline, wide open Selin at the 20, pushed out of bounds on the right side near the 15-yard line. Great timing pattern there.
Yeah, that was great. Just found the hole in the zone, recognized what the Lancers were running there, found that hole and put it right on the spot for the wide receiver. Good play.
It'll be 1st down and 10. Mount Marty again going with the hurry up. No huddle. They come quickly to the line of scrimmage. Handoff. Cole bounces to the right side. Tackled by Wilson, but he's still got about, 4 yards on the play down to the 11.
Morningside's running hard here. It was kind of the opposite. They tried to run first to open up the pass. Didn't work, so then they passed, and it ended up opening up the run game.
Yeah, sometimes it works that way. Get one aspect going, and it opens opportunities for the other aspect of your offense. 2nd down and 6 from the 11-yard line. Shotgun set. Cole takes the handoff, goes to his right, dives across the 10, gets to the 9-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 4.
John Carlstead gonna come off the field for this play for 3rd down, but he's the guy who ended up making that tackle in the backfield, chasing from the opposite end. One of the seniors for the Lancers not on the field for 3rd down.
Yep. 3rd down and about 3 yards to go. They're at the 8-yard line. They need to get to the 5-yard line. Cole tries the left side, has a hole, scampers towards the goal line. Touchdown. Well blocked, well-designed play there. Good blocking by the Mustangs, and they score on that play. Touchdown, Morningside. And again, their offense after that initial turnover has just been in 5th gear ever since.
Yeah, going 2 for 2 down the field both times inside of their 30-yard line. They end up taking it all the way down the field, and not very long. We'll give you some updates on the drives after the break, but these are quick drives going down the field.
Fitzsimmons to try the point after kick. It is on the way. It is good. 1:58 left to go, first quarter. Morningside 14, Mount Marty 6. Back with the kickoff in 30 seconds on KYNT.
When the leaves start to fall and the air turns crisp, there's only one beer to reach for, Shiner Oktoberfest. Brewed in the heart of Texas, the Marzen-style beer is packed with caramel malts and a hint of hops for that smooth, toasty flavor perfect for cooler nights. Whether enjoying the changing colors or gathering around the fire with friends, Shiner Oktoberfest is your perfect companion for fall weather. So raise a glass and enjoy the season with Shiner Oktoberfest.
Well, we talked about quick plays. They haven't tallied the scoring drive for this last scoring drive by Morningside, which put them up 14-6. The drive before, 4 plays, 75 yards, a minute 27.
I've got the update for this one. 8 plays, 78 yards, 336. Morningside, in under 5 minutes of total offense in these last 2 possessions, has put up 14 points. They have been rolling.
Hansen from the 2-yard line runs to his right after receiving the kickoff, tries to get to the sideline. He's corralled and tackled near the 17-yard line. That's where Mount Marty will have it, 1st and 10. Lancer football today brought to you in part by Parker Hannafin. It's day 1 of your new career. Parker of Yankton has immediate openings for all production positions, offering newly increased wages, 13 paid holidays, and some of the most competitive benefits in the area, all beginning on day 1. Learn more at parker.com. Well, Lancers need to respond here. They're down by 8 points, still in the first quarter. 14-6 our score, a minute 43 left. Along with Tehl Tanner, I'm Steve Thum, and it will be Lancer football once again from the 17-yard line, 1st and 10. Hart stands to the left of his quarterback. He'll go out in the pattern. It's a jet sweep with Hansen, tries the left side, turns the corner, corralled, no gain on the play. Good pressure there by the Morningside defense as they got into the backfield and disrupted that play on that jet sweep.
And then credit the DBs out there securing the edge, making sure Hansen can't turn the corner once he got to the sideline. It was just well covered by the Morningside defense throughout the entirety of that play. 14-6, Lancers trail here now by a possession. You really need some points on this drive. Morningside's offense has a chance to go up multiple possessions when they get it back if the Lancers are unsuccessful here.
Jackson Wachholtz into the game as a wide receiver. Straight drop back out of the shotgun. Reichen throws to the sideline. Incomplete. Intended for Kyle Hirsch around the 30-yard line. Good coverage back there defensively by the Mustangs. And that was Blake Bellamy, the linebacker, staying with the running back, Hirsch, who came out of the backfield. Now it's 3rd down and 10.
Reichen was thrown to the back shoulder of his intended receiver there. Hirsch just didn't quite get his head and his body around in time to recognize where the ball was coming in at. Couldn't get there.
Under a minute to go. Clock stops, 55 seconds here in quarter number 1 after the incompletion. 3rd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Reichen has time. Pocket collapses, rolls out, throws on the run, caught in the middle of the field across the 30-yard line. It'll be a first down. Trevor Fitzgerald with the catch, Bellamy with the tackle for Morningside. First down, Mount Marty. That was a big one.
That was a great job by the redshirt freshman quarterback there, buying time in the pocket. He was flushed to his right, threw across his body, found an open man in the defense, and Trevor Fitzgerald, 1st and 10.
From the 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Reichen drops back in the shotgun, has time, now pressured, throws, caught, safety valve. I believe that is Hansen over on the far sideline. No, that is Malachi Hartz, and he'll get about, well, no gain at all after he's knocked out of bounds right in front of the Morningside bench. And that'll do it for quarter number 1. It is Morningside 14, Mount Marty 6. Back with quarter number 2 in 1 minute right here on KYNT.
I didn't know you did that. They hear that a lot at Hanson Briggs Advertising. At Hanson Briggs, their slogan is for all your printing and promotional needs. And I emphasize all because they do apparel, pens, signs, calendars, trophies, logo development, banners, flyers, drinkware, and so much more. Got a project? I bet they can do it. Hanson Briggs Advertising, 1213 West 9th Street in Yankton, or online at hansonbriggsadvertising.com.
At H&R Block of Yankton, we want you to focus on your business while we handle your books. From payroll and bookkeeping to expert tax preparation and advice, we're ready to put our expertise to work for your small business. For the year-round services and the one-on-one attention you deserve, partner with H&R Block of Yankton. Stop by our office at 21st and Broadway or call us at 605-665-3366.
Getting ready for the second quarter of play here at Crane-Youngworth Field. I'm Steve Thum. He's Tehl Tanner. Morningside 14, Mount Marty 6. Great to have you here on a sunny day in Yankton. Temperature a little over 80 degrees, expecting a high of 89. Again, not a cloud in the sky today here. A gorgeous, hot, late fall afternoon here in the Yankton area. It will be Mount Marty, 2nd down and 10. Ball at their own 32-yard line. They switch into the field. They'll operate right to left on your radio dial. We'll get you a stat update here after this initial play of the quarter. Reichen out of the shotgun, looking to throw. He'll have to step up. He's going to tuck it and run across the 35, darts to the 40, dives ahead. He should have the first down. He does, right at the 42-yard line, move the chains.
That's the threat of Rugby Reichen right there. We watched him here at Yankton High School for years. He is a dual threat, about as dual threat gets. He is a guy that can run the ball at will. He can make it all the throws. This is a good young quarterback for Mount Marty.
First down, Mount Marty, just underway, second quarter, and they will deploy with 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 out to the right. Hartz up the middle, crashes into the line, stop, nowhere to go. He's actually going to lose a yard on the play. What a surge by the middle of the line by the Mustangs, and we have an injured player. That is Lionel Whittingham, the right tackle, the junior out of West Palm Beach, Florida. He appears to be shaken up, and while we attend to him here, Tehl, why don't you run down with some of those first quarter stats?
Yeah, let's take a look at efficiency first and foremost. On 3rd down, Lancers convert 3 of their 4 third downs in that first quarter. They're 75%. Morningside is 1 of 2 on 3rd down in this game, 50%. In the red zone, both teams have scored on their 1 red zone opportunities. In terms of total offensive plays to yards, Lancers have 14 total offensive plays for 65 yards. Morningside has 15 plays for 160 yards. Morningside has moved the ball very effectively.
Whittingham jogs off the field under his own power, but he was gingerly holding that left arm of his. And Jonas Kelp, the senior out of Hamburg, Germany, will replace him at the right tackle position. 2nd and 11. 14:05 and counting as the clock starts up again here. We're in the second quarter. It's Morningside 14, Mount Marty 6 from the 41-yard line of the Lancers. 2nd down and 11. Pistol formation, 5-man rush, and Hartz gets the handoff. He's swallowed up. He'll lose about 2 yards on the play with the forward progress. And, boy, they brought a run blitz right up the middle, and they picked the right spot to that Morningside defense.
Now Marty likes to run. Malachi Hart's a good running back, averaging about 5 yards a carry at 4.9, has 4 touchdowns, 357 yards. Morningside, when you look at the stats, I think he was circled in big red pen. They knew anytime he's in the backfield, there's a solid chance he's getting it. They throw the blitz at the Lancers there, get the tackle for loss. Now it's 3rd and long. Pretty much got to go to the air here. The young quarterback going to have 3 receivers here.
3-man front now as an extra DB is brought in by Morningside. Only a 2-man rush. Swing it out to Hartz out of the backfield. Here comes the Morningside defense, and he'll be tackled at the 43-yard line. Short gain on the play. A lot of coverage downfield. And that time, Morningside only rushed 2, and they had their nose tackle drop back as a spy.
Talk about playing the pass. They have the nose tackle drop back into coverage. I love this Morningside defense from Steve Ryan. It's just so creative. A 2-man rush, and you drop the nose tackle into coverage.
Yeah, he was kind of like in that, kind of more of a spy than anything. He's not looking for a receiver. He's making sure Rugby Riken doesn't take off and run. Here comes Finder to punt it away on 4th down and 10, but we got a penalty flag down.
I think the Lancers might have jumped here. Morningside was pointing at him.
There's movement on the line. Clock stops, 12:25 left to go here. 2nd quarter. Morningside up 14-6. And Marty going to punt it away here. But who moved? Did somebody from Morningside come across the line early? The officials are checking here. They're meeting at midfield. Connor Singheisen is our referee today. He leads this crew. And it's going to be against Morningside, but it's only going to be a 5-yard walk-off.
Yeah, it's
still going to remain a punting situation here. And offsides will be the call. Mount Marty football today brought to you in part by Lewis and Clark Ford. They're a proud sponsor of Mount Marty Athletics. Visit them at 4th and Capitol in Yankton. You can go online, lewisandclarkford.com.
So 5-yard walk-off, and Morningside switched out the entire
they brought in a different punt coverage team as Lakin Harnley drops back to his own 25-yard line. So it shows you how deep Morningside is. They have their 2nd punt unit in their 2nd team punt coverage unit.
The first one was the block unit. They were coming after him trying to block it. Now they're just in coverage.
High punt, fair catch signal, retreating is Harnley, and he collects it inside the 10 near the 7-yard line. That was a great punt by Jack Finder.
That was perfect. It was right up in the air, high punt. The Lancers were able to get underneath it. Morningside's trapped. It looks like their 6 or 7 yard line.
Mount Marty football today brought to you in part by Dakota Beverage. Whether it's Coors Light or Miller Lite, please do drink responsibly. We got 12:03 left to go here. Pretty fast-moving football game here in the 2nd quarter. It's only 1:30 in the afternoon Central Time here. Morningside up 14-6. They're deep in their own territory at the 7-yard line, 1st and 10. Handoff, it'll be Cole up the middle. He's their workhorse running back. He'll get about a yard from the – actually, they're going to spot it at the 8 initially. 1 yard gain to the 9-yard line, 2nd and 9 coming up.
Tyrell Klein on the stop. He's got 12 tackles coming into today with 1.5 tackles for loss. A senior nose tackle out of Lamar's, Iowa.
2nd and 9. Play action. Chevalier throws across the middle. Brown catches it across the 20 at the 21-yard line. 1st and 10. Little slant pattern. Great timing again by the Mustangs.
Good play design once again. If he handed that one off, it might have been a tackle for loss. Lancers had him in the backfield. He rips it out, throws it downfield, open receiver, 1st and 10 instead. Now at the 20-yard line, Morningside's got a little bit of space to maneuver now instead of being backed up inside their own 10.
Nolan Feller comes in, the backup running back. He'll split out as a receiver on the right side. Empty backfield, 3 receivers left, 2 out to the right. Chevalier looking towards the sideline for the play on 1st and 10. Puts a man in motion, a pitch. Feller running to his left, tripped up, no gain.
Good tackle from Josh Pickthorn, one of the senior middle linebackers for the Lancers. He's got a fumble recovery, 3 tackles for loss, and just over 30 tackles now on the season.
Amir Connolly also in on that play as well. 2nd down and 10 coming up, and Morningside quickly to the line of scrimmage. They have picked up the pace quite a few times today, And it's going to be a handoff. Cole back into the game, breaks through one tackle, puts his shoulder down across the 25, gets to the 28-yard line. Good gain on the play. Brings up third down.
Damian Baldwin on the stop there, sophomore out of Harrisburg, South Dakota.
Third down, we'll call it about 3 yards to go. They got to get to the 31. They're at the 28-yard line. See if we have a passing package or a running package in here. Looks like the running package in. 3 receivers tight on the right side of the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be Cole up the middle. He'll have the first down, gets to the 33-yard line. Power football there by Morningside.
He is up past the first down marker, and Morningside gets a fresh
9:40 and counting. First down, Morningside. They're on the move. All teams with their full complement of timeouts here in quarter number 2. Morningside 14, Mount Marty 6. First and 10, Mustangs from their own 33-yard line. Brown in motion from right to left as a wide receiver. Play action. Looking for the deep ball. Here's a pass down the middle of the field, and it is going to be caught inside the 20 to the 15, down to the 10-yard line. Drew Sellen with a great catch on a home run ball down the middle of the field.
Just completely outran Asmaran Muhammad. It was all speed once he got on that post route over the middle of the field. Ran underneath the football, and it was perfect placement from the quarterback.
Great pass downfield to the 10-yard line, and that's where the Mustangs have it. First and goal to go. Cole in the backfield, takes the handoff, runs to his left, spins off tackle, wrapped up by Carlstead, 3-yard gain.
That's Carlstead on the stop.
And here, Carlstead signaling he wants to come out of the contest here.
Short gain,
second down and about 7 coming up. 7 yards to go to the end zone for Morningside. They're already up 14-6. 8:15 and counting here in quarter number 2. Morningside kind of slowing things down for once. Chevalier looks at his wristband. Has Brown over on the left side, 2 receivers out on the right side. Cole standing next to him in the shotgun. Comes the tight end in motion. Cole up the middle, winds through a hole, gets to the 5, and that's where he is down at the 5-yard line, 2-yard gain on the play.
Lancer defense forces third and goal from the 5. Gotta stand here. Morningside has cashed in on both of their last 2 offensive possessions. They've been able to score in a 4-play drive and an 8-play drive. This one, it's taken some time to get downfield. Obviously, that massive chunk play. Morningside has a chance to go up 2 possessions here on third down.
That was 57 yards officially on that big pass to Sellen. That's what set him up here. Big down from the left hash mark. Third and goal from the 5-yard line. Cole stands to the left of his quarterback in the shotgun set. Handoff, Cole, right side. He'll be tripped up, stopped at the 4 and pushed back. 1-yard gain, and that is all. And let's see if the field goal unit's coming out for Morningside. It is.
That's a massive stand for Mount Marty. After that 57-yard pass completion inside of the red zone, Lancers are able to stand near the goal line at the 5-yard line is where they snap that football. 4th down for Morningside. They've got a chance to settle for 3 here and still go up multiple possessions, but it's different than 2 touchdowns.
Fitzsimmons out. Believe it or not, this is his first field goal attempt on the season.
Oh, wow. This is game 5.
Yeah, Paulson the holder, Luke Paulson, good snap. Kick on the way. It has the distance. It is good. And that makes it 17-6. Morningside on top of Mount Marty. 6:23 left to go until halftime. Back with the kickoff in 30 seconds right here on KYNT.
If it's time to review the look of the signage at your business, let Mayor Signs help. They offer all types of signs, including lit, non-lit, digital, and much more. They also do logo creation and vehicle wraps. Their technicians arrive on site fully equipped to get the installation done with quality workmanship. With the latest tools and technology, Mayor Signs provides high-quality installation service for any sign. Contact Mayor Signs today on 4th and Broadway in Yankton.
That last field goal attempt officially from 21 yards from Tommy Fitzsimmons. And it makes it 17-6, 6:23 left to go. Second quarter, Morningside on top of Mount Marty. To kick it off, it will be Trevor Paulson. High end over end kick, kind of short. Corralled near the 17-yard line about the 18-yard line, and that is where a fair catch was called for by Kyle Hirsch. And that's where the Lancers take over first and 10. Mount Marty football today brought to you by Slowey Management. Call the Fairfield by Marriott or Holiday Inn Express in Yankton direct. Get great rates and flexible reservation changes.
Good news for the Lancers. The starting right tackle in Lionel Whittingham, who was shaken up on the last drive, is out there on the first play here.
Plenty of time left, 6:23. All 3 timeouts left for Mount Marty here in this first half. Straight drop back. Reichen over the middle. Incomplete, intended for Hirsch. Led him a little too far at the 29-yard line.
I just kind of missed him there. It was Hirsch who had kind of stopped in his route as he had got in that 5-yard curl and was standing there ready for it. The pass was to his left, and there was a defender off of Hirsch's right, so I think Reichen was trying to lead him away from the defender so that he could take it for some extra yards. Just couldn't connect.
That last drive, by the way, 9 plays, 90 yards, 537 on the field goal scoring drive by Morningside. Second down and 10, pistol formation. Play action, throws, too high, incomplete, intended for Rex Reichen at the 31-yard line.
That was a dangerous throw. Michael Barnett was back there in coverage on Reichen, but he was so focused on Reichen himself of trying to make the tackle that he didn't realize the ball was well overthrown. If he'd have been looking at the ball instead of the receiver, that would have been a pick.
Third down and 10 coming up, ball at the 25-yard line. Clock stops, 6:10 left to go, second quarter. Morningside 17, Mount Marty 6, and Mount Marty is going to have to spend a little timeout, a little confusion there. This timeout brought to you by Pizza Ranch. For legendary chicken and the best pizza, it's Yankton Pizza Ranch. They're on Broadway. Call them at 665-1222. Back in 30 seconds right here on KYNT.
Move with Mason Schramm with the Move Group. The home buying process can be complex and overwhelming, and you may feel intimidated by the amount of information you need to learn. But you don't have to go it alone. Trust our professional real estate team to guide you through the process. From negotiating the best price to navigating the paperwork, you can expect help every step of the way. So call me, Mason Schramm, with the Move Group, and make the move with Mason.
Move with Mason.
Big third down coming up here for Mount Marty with 6:10 left to go, quarter number 2. Morningside 17, Mount Marty 6, along with Tehl Tanner, Steve Thum here. Sunny day, warm temperatures, expecting a high of 89 today in Yankton. A gorgeous afternoon, very hot for late September here in South Dakota. Shotgun set, one back to the right of the quarterback. It's Rugby Reichen, drops back, looking over the middle, looks now to the right, pressured, scrambles around. Now he's going to run to the 35, to the 40, dives ahead near the 45-yard line. First down. What a run by Rugby Reichen.
That was a great job. Once again, a dual threat quarterback. He had good protection in the pocket. Nobody open downfield. Eventually, they started to get pressure on him. Rolls to his left, still looking downfield, realizes he has a running lane, and takes off. First down.
Ball put down at the 44-yard line of the Lancers. First and 10. 5.5 minutes left to go until halftime. Pistol formation. Austin Vegans comes in motion from left to right. High snap brought down. Hartz tries the right side. 1 yard gain, and that is all.
Very short gain to the
Running against Morningside so far today, outside of the quarterback, Reichen has just not been there in terms of Kyle Hirsch and Malachi Hartz. Hirsch has one rush right at the beginning of the game. His first carry went for 20. He hasn't ran it again. Malachi Hartz has 6 running attempts for 7 yards total. His long is 3.
They have held Malachi Hartz in check.
Yep.
No doubt about it, and no doubt that was part of Morningside's game plan coming into today's contest. 2nd and 9, 4:45 and counting until halftime. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the right. Play action, dropping back. Reichen rolls out to his left. He's going to tuck it and run. He's to midfield, tumbles ahead, gets to about the 48-yard line. Got about 9 on the play. Yards shy of the first down as they put him down at the 47 as he dove forward. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
It's going to be over 40 yards on 6 carries for Rugby Reichen in terms of running the ball. He's getting about 7.5 yards a carry, 45 total yards in the ball game.
Ezekiel Robinson, a senior wide receiver out of Vermilion's, checked into the game. He's out on the right side. Pistol formation with Hart's the deep back. They'll hand it to him. He's trapped in the backfield, thrown for about a 3-yard loss. What a surge by the Morningside defense. They weren't fooled at all.
I was wondering if Lancers were going to audible out of it. Morningside was showing that they were going to send 7 or 8 right after the running back, and they did exactly that. They plugged every gap, sent everybody into the backfield, get the tackle for loss.
Brings out Jack Finder to punt it away. He's standing at his own 35-yard line. Harnley back deep, standing near his own 10. No wind really to speak of here today at Crane-Youngworth Field. Clear skies, a low snap, but a good punt. Harnley's going to let it bounce at the 20, and it is collected near the 16-yard line by one of the special teams players for Mount Marty. And that was Jaden Harach, senior out of Colfax, Iowa.
Ooh.
Yep, he's out there on special teams. And with 3:16 left to go here in the second quarter, Morningside's got the ball, and they've got all 3 timeouts left, and we know how this team can move down the field quickly. Remember, Mount Marty will get the football to start quarter number 3.
And that's key. Morningside's got to use all of the clock here in the second quarter. You don't want to give it back to Mount Marty because they can go 2 for 1.
Cole running, sweep, slips as he tries the left side, and he is going to lose a yard. Ball was put down at near the 20-yard line. He got 2 yards. Yeah, 2 yards on the play. Ball was at the 18. He's now to the 20. 2nd down and 8 coming up, and Cole a little frustrated as he slipped on the field turf here at Crane-Youngworth. Brown in motion from right to left as a wide receiver. Empty backfield. They're going to do a swing pass. Brown dropped it. Checked that. It was Sellen. Little bubble screen on the left side. Pass too low. Incomplete.
Well, now all of a sudden Mount Marty's still got a very big play here. 3rd and long for Morningside. Got to get off the field. Get the ball back to your offense. And then you've got 2.5 until halftime. Get down the field and go 2 for 1. Get back in this ball game. Got to hold here, though. It's got to start on this play.
Cole stands to the left of Chevalier, the quarterback. 3 receivers out. On the right-hand side, drops back, looks over the middle, throws, swing out pass, Cole. Out of the backfield, tripped up at the 21-yard line. What a great open field tackle.
That's Josh Pickthorn once again, the senior middle linebacker. That is one of the fastest linebackers you'll see. You'll see him drop back in coverage. He'll be covering wide receivers. He's an east-west guy, can get to the other side of the field in just the blink of an eye, and that's exactly what he did there. That was a good read from the quarterback. Had an open receiver on the outlet route that might have been able to take it, but the speed of Pickthorn, he was able to close the distance, get the tackle, 4th down Morningside.
And they'll punt it away with Trevor Paulson. And they're going to wind the play clock down. And we are at the 2-minute timeout. 17-6, Morningside on top of Mount Marty. We will be back in just 30 seconds right here on KYNT.
Hello. Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. Embracing the unexpected. Savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
2 minutes left to go until halftime. And Morningside's going to punt it away. They're going to bring out Luke Paulson. He's a sophomore out of Kingsley, Iowa, to punt it away. And it is Gaetani back deep at his own 35-yard line. Line of scrimmage is the 21 for Morningside on their end of the field. Good snap. Pressure coming, almost blocked, but it's going to be caught. And that is actually not Gaetani. It is going to be one of the backup. That is Robinson, Ezekiel Robinson from Vermillion, the senior wide receiver, his first punt return of the year.
He had a couple last week against Waldorf, actually. It was late in that ball game, but yeah, he's one of those young guys that is kind of next up for the Lancer punt return. Took that one in.
And it'll be first down and 10, Mount Marty, and they've got great field position at their own 48-yard line. First down and 10, a golden opportunity here. They got 1:56 on the clock, and they have 2 timeouts to work with. So they don't have to be in a hurry. 3 receivers out on the right-hand side. Hansen by himself out on the left. Straight drop back. Throw over the middle. It's incomplete, intended for Hansen at the 45-yard line of Morningside.
Isaac Pingle kind of got in there and knocked that one out. Trey Hansen had it in his hands going to the ground with it. Pingle, the outside linebacker, was able to knock it out with that left arm as he wrapped around Hansen.
Pingle has been there for quite a few years. He is a senior out of Spencer, Iowa, and he is one of the best in the conference, no doubt about it. He's probably gunning. If he has the season he's capable of and stays healthy, Pingle, I could see him on an All-American list.
Well, he's got 46 tackles coming into today in 4 games with a sack and 3 tackles per loss. He is certainly on the watch list.
Second down and 10 out of the shotgun. Rugby Ryken's going to throw Hirsch out of the backfield. There's Pingle, closes and tackles him after a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, just not going to get away from Pingle there. Hirsch was one-on-one, had a green grass in front of him if he was able to get away from Pingle, but very few men ever have. It's third down for Mount Marty, and 1:41 on the clock, timeout taken.
Yep, I believe Mount Marty has taken their second timeout. They have 1:41 on the clock. Morningside 17, Mount Marty 6 back after this timeout. It's being brought to you by Pizza Ranch. For legendary chicken and the best pizza, it's Yankton Pizza Ranch. Call them at 665-1222. They're located on Broadway. Back in 30 seconds on KYNT.
Oktoberfest is a brief moment of fall beer drinking beauty. So have Samuel Adams Oktoberfest on hand as the nights get cooler and the days a little shorter. Smooth taste with the roasty sweetness and light hop character that's only available for a short time. Kick off cooler weather with food and friends, and don't miss a moment with Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. Grab it while you can at your favorite place to buy beer.
Third down and 9 coming up for Mount Marty. Here in the second quarter, a minute 41 left. Morningside on top of the Lancers, 17-6, along with Tehl Tanner, Steve Thum here. Lancers have it at their own 49-yard line. They have 1 timeout left. Morningside, all 3 of their timeouts are left.
Yeah, Mount Marty calls a timeout there. There's 2 schools of thought. One, you're able to get the right play in. On the other end, if you don't get it here, you save Morningside some time.
2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Play action. Ryken has time in the pocket, looking over the middle of the field. Now he's going to roll out. He's going to be sacked. Just ran out of time, and it's Isaac Pingle there to tackle him back at the 38-yard line, and I believe now Morningside's going to call timeout.
Yeah, absolutely. They are, and they should. Mount Marty, once again, took that last one, saved Morningside some time with 1:40 on the clock. Morningside takes their first here. They've still got 2 left and plenty of time to drive when they get it back.
We're going to keep it here during this timeout. It's being brought to you by Pizza Ranch. For legendary chicken and the best pizza, it's Yankton Pizza Ranch. They're located on Broadway. Call them at 665-1222. We're going to take a quick check of the Gerstner Oil scoreboard here while we have a timeout here. No matter what you drive, make sure you fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's. They're located on Broadway. Do you got anything from the GPAC, Tehl?
Well, let me take a look here. Dakota Wesleyan leads at Midland 3-0 with 54 seconds left in the first half. 3-0 is the score of that one. Hastings leads big over Waldorf with 7 minutes left in the half, 20-0 as well. Northwestern at Doane. Doane leads that one in the second quarter, 7-3, 7 minutes left in that second quarter.
Wow.
That's a crazy score.
And Dordt ahead of Concordia 10-0. That is in the second quarter. All 1 o'clock kickoffs today. Jack Finder out of the timeout, punts it. Harnley collects it at his own 20, gets some blocks, runs to his left. He's across the 30, breaks a tackle. He's at the 40 and finally tackled at the 42-yard line. But that's good field position for Morningside. And they have 2 timeouts to work with and 1:19 on the clock. No wind really to speak of here today as they operate from left to right on your radio dial here at Crane-Youngworth Field.
Yeah, you said it. Morningside's got plenty of time to get downfield. We know their offense is what it's capable of. They certainly can go extend this score into the locker room. Right at the moment, it's an 11-point advantage for the road team.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Fake the handoff to Cole. He'll stay in and block. Pass over the middle. Caught by Sullen at the 40 in Lancer territory. He's brought down to the 33-yard line. Again, that slant pattern over the middle works to perfection for Morningside. First down and 10. Clock stops. They got to reset the chains. Now they're underway again. But again, plenty of time for Morningside. 1 minute and counting left here in quarter number 2. They're in Lancer territory, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Straight drop back, throw, swing out pass. Brown catches it, pushed out of bounds near the 25-yard line. Good gain on the play of about 8. And it stops the clock.
Second and short.
2nd down and 2 coming up. Plenty of options here for Morningside.
48 seconds on the clock, still 2 timeouts in their pocket, already at the 25-yard line of Mount Marty.
They're going to bring in their running package. They bring a double tight end set in here now.
Yeah, just get the first down and waste some time.
Yep, Kraft and Evans in there now. 1 receiver either side. They're going to swing actually Kraft out on the right side. Now they're going to put him in motion. Handoff. Cole up the middle. Has the first down as he's tripped up, but he got just enough real estate. That stops the clock momentarily, but I believe a full timeout is going to be called by Morningside. Nope, we got a player down.
Oh, I think that might be Ryan Cole. I thought I saw 36 on his back for Morningside. We'll see.
Well, he got tripped and fell awkwardly.
He did.
As he dove for that first down, and you could tell just by the way he landed that something wasn't right. The clock stops with 39 seconds as the senior from Plymouth, Iowa, Ryan Cole, number 5 in NAIA in rushing touchdowns coming into today's game. You hate to see a senior get hurt, especially Cole, who's, he's been an understudy for several other great running backs in that program for Morningside, and he's getting this opportunity, and he has had a very good campaign so far, but he is still down on the field right at the first down marker. It will be a first down for Morningside when play resumes. They have adjusted the clock, 43 seconds left here in the first half of play. Morningside on top, 17-6. While we got a moment here, I'd like to remind you that Mount Marty football brought to you in part by the Meat Lodge. Want quality meat at great prices? Head to the Meat Lodge in Yankton. They're on the way to the lake on Highway 52 as they are still tending to Ryan Cole right around the 23-yard line. He is going to be helped up, and he's going to have to be helped off the field here. Hopefully this is...
Yeah, he's taking it really slow here. It's not what you want to see.
No, and you always hope in a situation like that it looks worse than it actually is, but he is favoring that left arm and shoulder. Now his teammates come over and surround him and give him some attaboys, and he gets a good round of applause from both sidelines here. Of course, Morningside, a team that travels very well. They brought a lot of fans here. They're on the far side of the field from our broadcast location, and they've had a lot to celebrate over the years, including 3 national championships since 2018. First down and 10.
And now one of the hardest things to do in football is go back to playing right after an injury.
Max Huff has come in from Grettinger, Iowa, sophomore. He's at the running back position to the left of his quarterback. And now the officials stop play again. I think the clock accidentally started up. It was at 43 seconds, now at 38 seconds here.
We'll see what they reset it to here.
Back to 43 now. and the clock will not start up until the ball is snapped after the injury timeout. And Morningside did have to take a timeout. They got one yet. Chevalier throws to the end zone, got a man incomplete. In the middle of the field was Lennox Brown, but he was double covered, incomplete.
Yeah, Baptista was back there in coverage for Mount Marty, along with another Lancer player. They had two hats on him. Knew they were trying to go to him. I think Pickthorn might have been the other guy. Yep, it was Pickthorn as well as Baptista.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 23-yard line. 39 seconds on the clock. Morningside driving up 17-6. 3 receivers out to the left. 1 out to the right. Jacob Nelson. They're looking towards Nelson, and he runs a little down and out, and he catches it at the 15-yard line, and he's forced out of bounds. And it's a gain of about 8 yards or so. Yeah, 8-yard gain, 3rd and 2 coming up. But he got out of bounds. It saves him a timeout.
Now it's a big 3rd down here, however. If Lancers still have 1 timeout, Morningside still has 1 timeout. Lancers, theoretically, if they get this 3rd down stop, could call a timeout. Morningside settles for 3, and you're able to get the ball back with 30 seconds to go and no timeouts. Or Morningside could just take this into the locker room, kick the field goal with no time remaining.
Well, I think Morningside's thinking 7 here.
Well, they want a 1st down right at the moment for sure.
Play action, throw to the left corner of the end zone, tapped away, incomplete. Selling the intended receiver. Mohammed slaps it away in the left corner of the end zone.
Now here's the decision, 4th and 2 at the 15-yard line. The offense looks like they're staying out there. Lancers have a chance to save themselves, get off the field with no points allowed here. One thing you can't do is fall for the hard count.
Yep.
Morningside still has that timeout. They could just try and hard count it, wait for the play clock to hit 0, call the timeout, and kick the field goal.
They very well could. They are within Fitzsimmons' range. And remember, Ryan Cole, their great running back, on the bench with injury. But they're going to line up like they're going to run the foot. They're going to try to run a play here, it appears. Huff stands to the left of his quarterback. Play action, throw to the end zone, one-on-one, caught, touchdown. A one-handed catch by Jacob Nelson in the right corner of the end zone. A well-thrown pass, and Nelson goes up. The sophomore from Donahue, Iowa, makes a spectacular catch with one hand to corral it and bring it in. A touchdown for the Mustangs with just 23 seconds left here in the half.
Yeah, how about a one-handed touchdown catch on 4th down? You had to have it. He got it. You're not ranked number 12 for nothing.
Here comes Tommy Fitzsimmons for the point after kick. Low snap, brought in, kick on the way. It is good. 24-6. Morningside on top of Mount Marty, back with the kickoff in 30 seconds on KYNT.
Farming is hard work. Between managing crops, livestock, and equipment, there's not much time left to handle financing and loans. At Dakota Mac, we can help you do the heavy lifting when it comes to ag financing. Whether you're a full-time farmer, an investor, or a young and beginning farmer, we're here for you for all your ag lending needs. Let Dakota Mac help you work smarter, not harder.
Hi, it's Jeff Wolfgram from Dakota Mac. Call us at 800-682-4578 to learn how Dakota Mac products can work for you.
FM 1021 and AM 1450. KYNT, Yankton.
15-yard touchdown pass to Nelson from Chevalier. They have it listed as an 85-yard pass.
I don't think so.
On the webpage. I think they'll have to get that fixed there in case you're following along online. But it is a 15-yard touchdown pass, and here comes the kickoff from Paulson, and it is going to be fair caught at the 5-yard line by Trey Hansen. That'll take the ball out to the 25-yard line. Just 23 seconds left. One timeout left for the Lancers here in quarter number 2. It's Morningside 24, Mount Marty 6. 24 unanswered points by the number 12 team in the land.
Now Marty's got time here, 23 seconds with one timeout. You could try and get down into field goal range, try a long one to end the half. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, it looks like they got a double tight end set in, and they're just going to run the football. And that, I believe, was Hirsch, and he'll get 1 yard, and that's about it, as it appears the teams are going to go to the locker room. We're at halftime here, 24-6. Mount Marty trailing Morningside, the number 12 team in the land. We're going to take a break, come back with our halftime show. That's being brought to you by Parker Hannafin. Parker of Yankton is excited to announce a generous wage increase for all production positions. Choose your specialty, choose your shift. Enjoy amazing benefits from day one and new increased wages. Learn more at parker.com. Back in 2 minutes, along with Tehl Tanner, I'm Steve Thum. This is Mount Marty Football, and you're listening to KYNT.
Great football teams have key players in the lineup, and that's also true at Lewis & Clark Ford. The new 2024 Lincoln Navigator is big enough to cart your team around, and right now at Lewis & Clark Ford, get up to $6,500 off and 0% for 60 months. The hard-working 2024 F-150 has up to $13,000 off with Ford FlexBuy. See us for the details. We got a great team and great deals here at Lewis & Clark Ford, 4th and Capitol, Yankton.
Enjoy some Yankton hospitality at the Fairfield Inn and Suites or the Holiday Inn Express. As the newest hotel in Yankton, the Fairfield offers you a comfortable, relaxing stay in modern rooms. For business travelers, Fairfield is the perfect place to rest after a long day of work or use their meeting room for small meetings. The Holiday Inn Express features large family rooms, hot breakfast, and free happy hour. To get a great rate and flexible reservation changes for either hotel, call the Fairfield or Holiday Inn Express direct.
Looking for an easy way to travel? Let Foreman Charters do the driving for your next trip. Upcoming Christmas tours include Branson on November 17th to 22nd, features Christmas shows like the Grand Jubilee Buffet Dinner and Show, Showboat Branson Bell Dinner Cruise, and so much more. On December 6th to 8th, it's a musical Christmas in the Twin Cities area featuring the White Christmas and the Chanhassen Dinner Theater, and shopping at Mall of America. For more on Foreman Charter Tours, go to foremanbus.com.
Sherco's newest wireless remote system, the SureLink, is based on the most advanced industrial Bluetooth technology, delivering greater reliability and range. The Sherco Pro offers Sherco's best-in-class express operation for simple, single-touch operation. Looking for a low-cost option? Then the SureLink EZR remote may be right for you. Give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
Time for the halftime show of Mount Marty Football. Brought to you by Parker Hannafin. Here at the break, it's 24-6. Morningside, the number 12 team in the land, ahead of the Mount Marty Lancers. Along with Tehl Tanner, I'm Steve Thum. What a great start to this football game. Morningside threw an interception right away. Gabe Baptista returned it 33 yards to the 30-yard line of the Mustangs, and then it was Rex Ryken catching a pass to put Mount Marty ahead of Morningside 6-0. But boy, the Mustangs tell that next drive, they just came roaring back.
Oh, they went roaring back. They tried running the ball to open the game. Lancers were stuffing the run, playing up close. That second drive, they did not run the ball once. They were throwing the ball all the way down the field. Complete pass after complete pass, 10 to 15 yards downfield, and then they made it look easy. They were able to roll a couple more times after that, ended up going 24-6 into the locker room. A couple of good drives, a couple of punts, and then that last one right at the end, they score with 23 seconds on the clock. A one-handed touchdown grab on 4th down in the red zone. That is probably going to be the play of the first half, might end up being the play of the game, because all of a sudden, instead of this being a 17-6 halftime with the Lancers getting the ball out after halftime and a chance to go make it a one-score game, Morningside's up 3 possessions. 24-6 is your score.
That is a huge momentum swing, and that was an incredible catch by Jacob Nelson, the sophomore wide receiver, his 3rd receiving touchdown of the year. We're going to examine the first half stats, brought to you by the Meat Lodge. If you want top quality meat at great prices, well, you got to head to the Meat Lodge in Yankton. They're on the way to the lake on Highway 52. And Tehl, what do we got on the stats here? I know there was one error made by the official stats. They're trying to clean it up, I know, and maybe reprint it here. They had that last touchdown of 15 yards listed as an 85-yard touchdown pass. So if you're following along online, you're going to notice that they're working on it. They'll get it fixed. So we're having to do a little math here, a little subtraction to figure out the official stats for Morningside. But Tehl, what do you got for us here?
Yeah, I'm doing exactly that. I'm kind of subtracting. I'm pretty sure it was a 15-yard touchdown pass is what it would have been. So I'm just subtracting 80 yards from everybody there.
70 yards.
70 yards, excuse me. Yes, that's what we're doing here. But, yeah, looking at it, it looks like Morningside in this ball game, if my math is correct, they have run 34 total offensive plays for 243 total yards in this ball game. Lancers have run 28 plays for 96 yards. After that opening drive went 30 yards for the touchdown, capitalizing on the interception. Lancers have been backed up in their own territory. They have not been able to drive down the field. They've gotten to Morningside territory right at midfield a couple times. They weren't able to get any farther than that. In terms of the third and fourth down efficiency, Lancers 4 of 8 in first half for 50%. They were 3 of 4 at the end of 1, so the Lancers went only 1 of 4 in that second quarter on third down. Morningside also struggling on third down today. They only went 1 of 4 in the second quarter as well for 33% on third down. But fourth down, only 1 has been attempted, and it was by Morningside right at the end of the half, the fourth down touchdown pass, one-handed in the end zone. So Morningside is 100% on fourth down conversion rate. In the red zone, both teams have scored every time they've got into the red zone. 1 trip for the Lancers, 2 trips for Morningside. Some of the individual stats, the quarterback for Morningside, Zach Chevalier, with 183 yards through the air, if my math is correct, with 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 15 of 19 throwing the football. Very good completion percentage for the young man. In terms of receiving stats, I believe Jacob Nelson is sitting somewhere around 13 total yards, but does have, or excuse me, actually I don't even think this is accurate because it says Jacob Nelson is the guy who caught that 15-yard touchdown pass for 85 yards. But I've got him for, if you take away 70 off of that, then he's down to 13. But that was a 15-yard touchdown pass, and he has 13 yards officially, so that's all messed up. Yeah. I don't know what he's got, but he certainly has that touchdown catch in there. Drew Sellen has 117 yards through the air, most of that on that big 57-yard completed pass on that post route over the middle. 4 receptions for him, 1 for Jacobson for 14 yards, and 1 for Bursch for 22 yards. For the running game for Morningside, Ryan Cole, who is shaken up right at the end of that first half. Hopefully we'll see him in the second half, see if we can get you an update on him. But he had 14 running attempts for 57 yards, averaging just over 4 yards a carry with a touchdown. Go to the Lancer side of things. Rugby Reichen, the quarterback for the Lancers, is 6 of 10 throwing the football for 34 yards and 1 touchdown. Running the football is where Reichen has been effective today. He has 39 yards on the ground on 7 attempts, averaging 7.5 yards a carry. Kyle Hirsch has 2 rushing attempts for 21 yards, one of those going for 20 yards. So he had a rush of 20 yards and a rush of a half yard for 10.5 in his average over two attempts. Malachi Hartz has been bottled up today, gone backwards a couple times. He has had 8 running attempts for 2 total yards in a long of 3.
Yep, and that's one of the telltale factors. Malachi Hartz had to have a big game, and the Morningside defense, well, they've been keying on him, and they have held him in check. We are at halftime. It is 24-6 in favor of Morningside over Mount Marty. You got a couple other stats there?
Now let's do those receiving stats for the Lancers real quick. 2 receptions for Trevor Fitzgerald for 24 yards, 1 for Rex Reichen for 6 yards. That was the touchdown to start the game. Kyle Hirsch is 1 for 1, and Malachi Hartz is 2 for 3.
And that stat rundown brought to you by the Meat Lodge. We're going to take a break and come back here, and Tehl and I are going to talk a little bit about what I was up to last week in my absence here as Mount Marty beat Waldorf last week. We'll have that halftime interview here right after we take this break. You're listening to Lancer Football right here on KYNT.
Pizza Ranch is all about the cookie. This is Mike from Yankton Pizza Ranch. Get ready for our famous family-sized chocolate chip cookie filled with chewy, gooey, chocolatey goodness. And right now, you can feed your group for just $20. Grab our online pizza deal, 2 single-topping medium pizzas, a small cheesy ranch sticks, and a small cactus bread, all for $20. Simply go to pizzaranch.com to order now.
Whoa, that's good.
Quit hitting the snooze button on your new career. Wake up to recently increased wages, day one benefits, and an employer who puts you first. Grind through the workday in your own specialty. Assembler, machine operator, material handler, or line operation tech. Don't mind working nights? Enjoy a pay differential of $2.35. Choose your shift and enjoy day one benefits. This isn't just a job, it's your future. Join us today. Find more information and apply now at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
All right, back here on the halftime show from Parker Hannafin. We go now to our MMU halftime interview from Marlowe, Woodward, and Huff, attorneys at law. Steve and I here still. My name's Tehl Tanner. Steve Thum here with me. We are going to be talking just us today because it's a little bit different because, Steve, something pretty cool has happened with you in your career over the last couple of days. Can you tell me what has happened over the last week?
Well, last week I missed the Waldorf game, and I was glad to see that the Lancers got the big win. I was out in Spearfish at my alma mater, Black Hills State. It was Black Hills State College back then. It changed to university literally right after I graduated in December of '88. Actually, I went through the line in '89. But my broadcast career started at Black Hills State at the college radio station, KBHU, the Rock of the Hills, 100-watt college radio station. It signed on in 1974 with just 10 watts, which is not even, I think that's like a refrigerator light bulb.
Yeah, that's nothing.
It covered the community, and then in 1979, before I went to Black Hills State, they got the go-ahead from the FCC to increase to 100 watts. So it basically covered the city of Spearfish, about 4 or 5 miles outside of town. The purpose of the radio station was to give students there in the mass communications program on-air experience. And, you know, to get on the air with news and with playing music and being a DJ, because that's what you did, especially when you're a young college student and love rock and roll music, which I certainly did. And the experience there from my time from 1984 to 1988 was something I will treasure forever. I started off, just as a freshman DJ working late night shifts because we were manned from 6 in the morning to 2 a.m. And we worked 2-hour shifts, 3-hour shifts on the weekends. So we were, if there was somebody there, we didn't have anything pre-taped. This is before streaming. We didn't have satellite service. We didn't even have news service. No AP, no teletype, no nothing. So we were kind of winging it with equipment that was kind of begged, borrowed, and perhaps pilfered from other stations in the area. But there were some stations that donated equipment to us, and we made the most of it. And just getting that on-air experience was valuable. I was one of the station managers for my last couple of years there, and that's what launched me in my broadcast career. And it was last week that we had the 50th anniversary banquet for the radio station. I was one of 47 people that was designated to be in the KBHU Hall of Fame for my accomplishments in the broadcast career. And it was great to be out there to meet a lot of people that I worked with back in the day and to meet some of the people who laid the groundwork. Some of the original 13 DJs from 1974 were there, and to meet some of the people that followed in my footsteps after I graduated and moved out into the professional world. It was a wonderful banquet. It was a great time to tell some stories, catch up on people. There's some people I hadn't seen in like 20, 30 years. People that I shared the airwaves with back in the mid to late 80s. It was just a fantastic experience, and I'm very, very grateful. So that's why I wasn't here last week. It was really a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and I'm truly, truly honored because that radio station meant so much to me. I put everything into it, put my heart and soul into that place, as did a lot of other people. And I truly believe that during my time there, and it wasn't just because of me, that we were the best college radio station in the United States. We had people that passed through our area and thought, oh, this sounds like a commercial station. No, we just had that much talent there. And we also had a lot of passion. People, like I said, it wasn't just me. I was just one of many. And I just looking back at the photos that we took, I shared the airwaves with, I think, about 13, 14 other Hall of Famers during my time there. And there were probably a couple other 3, 4, 5 people that could have been inducted. They were that good. We just had such a great crew, and I've always treasured that.
Well, as far as excuses go for missing a football game, being inducted into a Hall of Fame is a pretty good one. So this is my broadcast partner, Hall of Famer, black belt Steve Thum, a pretty accomplished man now.
I tell you what, September of this month, September 2024, will go down one of the greatest months of my life. I accomplished so many great things this month, in addition to, again, the opportunity to broadcast games here on KYNT from Mount Marty University. It's a real treat and a real privilege. And then I've gotten, I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I got my black belt, and now, getting into the Hall of Fame and being recognized by your peers. There's nothing really, I just don't know how to describe it. It's just, there's nothing that can substitute being recognized by your peers for excellence in what you do, especially in your vocation, even if it's a hobby, something you do, outside of work. But this is what I've put my heart and soul into for the last 4 decades, is being in broadcasting. This is what I was meant to do. This is what I love doing. And to be recognized by the people that you quote unquote went to war with back in the day, every day on the air. Sometimes it feels like that, but to be recognized and again, just to catch up with the people and see them again, it was really, really great.
This is the halftime show from Parker Hannafin. We'll take a break, come back, keep things rolling in a couple of minutes.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
And welcome back to the halftime show, brought to you by Parker Hannafin. Mount Marty trailing number 12 Morningside 24-6 here at the break. And thank you, Tehl, for that time today to get to talk about what I was doing last week out in Spearfish at the KBHU Hall of Fame banquet. It was, like I said, a fantastic treat.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's always good to talk about my Hall of Fame black belt broadcasting partner. And that is, I think that's how I'm just going to refer to you from now on, is Hall of Fame broadcaster Steve Thum. Hall of Fame black belt broadcaster Steve Thum. I like that. Black belt. What's your black belt in once again?
It is 8-Step Praying Mantis Kung Fu. And if you want to learn more,
right.
the number 8step.com. That is the webpage for the organization.
In other words, if somebody doesn't like our call up here, don't come mess with us. I'm sitting next to a black belt.
Well, like I said, I'm not looking to start anything. I'm just trying to get home tonight is all. I'm not going in the octagon anytime soon, folks. That's for younger people. Well, trust me on that. Hey, we got to talk about the scores happening across the country. Let's check out the scoreboard. Brought to you by Gerstner Oil. No matter what you drive, make sure you fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's. They're located on Broadway. Tehl, across the GPAC, we got some surprising scores.
Yeah, low-scoring affair down in Fremont. We'll start with Midland hosting Dakota Wesleyan. That one's low-scoring at halftime, 7-3. Midland leads over Dakota Wesleyan. Hastings does lead over Waldorf at halftime, 20-3. That one's in Forest City. Northwestern at Doane. This one might be the most surprising one of the day. Northwestern, one of the favorites to win it all this year. 10-7 at halftime. Northwestern leads at Doane, but only a 3-point advantage at the half.
And remember, Morningside beat Doane last week 70-0.
Yeah, they did. Doane seems to be bouncing back from that one in a special way. Dordt leads at Concordia as well in one of the biggest matchups of the day. Halftime, 20-7 is the score. Dordt leads.
Yeah, let's go and check some major college football happening. Top 25. We've got late in the fourth quarter, Kentucky trying to pull the upset at number 6 Ole Miss. Under 2 minutes to go. 20-17 is the score. Kentucky on top. We've got Minnesota playing against Michigan late in the fourth. Michigan up 27-17. Michigan number 12 in the land. It is number 23 Kansas State rolling by number 20 Oklahoma State. That was a team that beat South Dakota State earlier this year, 42-13 late in the fourth there.
Wow.
And BYU, number 22 in the land, ahead of Baylor late in the fourth, 34-28. You got any other scores?
Yeah, let's go to the Mo Valley here. South Dakota in FCS football is rolling in a top 25 matchup right now. They're playing Southern Illinois, who is ranked at 17. South Dakota ranked at 5. Score with 6 minutes to go in the first half, 28-0 South Dakota. South Dakota's rolling right now. North Dakota is leading over Murray State 30-21. That one's also in the second quarter, 6.5 to go. North Dakota State leads over Illinois State, 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, 7-0. South Dakota State University has the bye this week, by the way.
Nebraska defeated Purdue 28-10. That is a final score from earlier today in the Big Ten. Big 12 scores, really the only two in play are the Baylor, BYU, and Kansas State, Oklahoma State game. So that's what we've got in the moment. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on that Northwestern Doane game.
Yeah.
To be a 10-7 at halftime, that is a shocker. As Morningside's got it teed up, and here is the opening kickoff. Hansen collects it at the 10-yard line, runs to his right, has a little hole up the middle, tackled at the 25-yard line. That tackle by Cole Riley, the freshman linebacker out of Lincoln, Nebraska.
So the Lancer offense marches back out here that stalled in that first half. Mount Marty was able to score the first time they touched the ball off a short field off an interception. They go 30 yards for the touchdown. After that, not able to put anything up on the board the rest of the half.
Second half of football for the Lancers brought to you by Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectation with Core Trust, member FDIC. Third quarter underway now, and it's the pistol formation. They'll try Malachi Hartz to the left side. Boy, he's just been bottled up all day. He got 1 yard on that carry, running to the left, and that is all.
Remind you the halftime stats for Hartz, 8 running attempts for 2 total yards.
Yeah,
Morningside has just been getting an incredible push in their front 7.
Yep, 2nd down and 9 coming up. Marty will operate from left to right on your radio dial. Hartz will now split out as a wide receiver out on the right side. Empty backfield on 2nd and 9. Vegans as an H-back over on the left-hand side. Now here comes Hartz in motion. They'll fake the handoff. Reichen wants to throw, scrambles on the run, throws it in, complete at the 32-yard line. Vegans, the intended receiver, and that ball was essentially thrown away.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to cut your losses, throw it away, survive to 3rd down, and that's what we've got, 3rd and 9. Mount Marty, you need to convert this one right out of the halftime locker room. The first drive out of the locker room always sets the tone. Morningside has momentum after the obviously incredible 4th down touchdown catch with 15 yards to go with 23 seconds left. Morningside rolling here to start off the second half. Mount Marty's got to convert on 3rd down.
Yep, 3rd and 9 coming up. 14:05 left to go. Just underway here in the third quarter. High snap brought down. Reichen throws left. Got a man caught. Hansen, first down. He just got it at the sticks, right at the 37-yard line. Move the chains.
In our pregame show, Coach Micheletti described Trey Hansen as a spark plug. They're able to bring him in and get good things rolling for the Lancers, kind of get momentum on their side, but Hansen's going to come off the field here.
Yeah, he's favoring that right leg a little bit, kind of limping a little bit as he jogged off the field.
For Morningside, it was Colton Dreeth who also jogged off the field with his helmet in his hands. He was shaken up on that play.
First down, straight drop back. Reichen looks left, throws. Got a man caught near the first down sticks. Fitzgerald completion, 9-yard gain to the 46-yard line of the Lancers. Good pass.
Mount Marty has not been able to run the ball today. They're going to have to rely on the right arm of the redshirt freshman quarterback, Rugby Reichen, against one of the better defenses in the country. We're going to see what the Lancers have gotten this young guy today. He's really going to be tested here in this second half.
He has been able to scramble effectively, has Rugby Reichen.
Absolutely.
12:55 and counting here in the third quarter. First possession of the second half. Straight handoff up the middle. This time Hartz powers his way across midfield, has the first down to the 49-yard line of Morningside. That was the best run of the day, I think, for Malachi Hartz. He has just been stopped cold pretty much all day. If Mount Marty's going to succeed, Hearts has to get, some good gains, those 4 or 5 yard gains to set things up for that passing game. You're not going to beat Morningside on 2nd and long, 3rd and long constantly all day.
No.
1st and 10, pistol formation. Handoff, Hearts tries the left side, bursts through the initial wall. Pingle wraps him up after a 3-yard gain. Boy, Pingle has just been in on practically every big play defensively for Morningside.
He is. That's what it is every week. Pingle, we mentioned earlier that he should be on All-American watch list right at the moment. He had 46 tackles coming into today through 4 games, a sack, 3 tackles for loss. We'll get you some of his defensive stats here as well. Pingle, that'll be his 5th tackle today. He does have a tackle for loss for 6 yards as well. And he also does have a sack for 6 yards.
Jackson Wachholtz from Pierce, Nebraska, splits out as a receiver on the left-hand side. 2 receivers out on the right-hand side. Straight drop back. Riken pressured, throws, safety valve. Hearts on the left side, puts his shoulders down, and he'll get to the 41-yard line. A smart play by Riken to go to his safety valve receiver.
Everybody covered downfield. You pretty much have no choice there, but it was good to get to him. 3rd and short for the Lancers. They're across midfield, opening possession of the second half. I'd say this is 4-down territory. You got 2 chances to get first down here.
From the 41-yard line, pistol formation. Now they'll stand up. 2 receivers out to the left, 2 to the right. Hearts in the game. Pistol formation. Now he'll step forward to the right-hand side of his quarterback in the shotgun. 4 down linemen. Here comes the rush. Straight drop back pass. Hearts catches it first down. Struggles ahead across the 35 to the 34-yard line. Good pass by Riken, and Malachi Hearts with a big catch.
Lancers good on 3rd down in this drive, converting 2 of them. 10:33 on the clock. It's a long drive, taking about 4.5 minutes off the clock. They're inside of the 35 of Morningside, not yet in field goal range, but they're approaching.
Ezekiel Robinson comes into the game at a wide receiver spot. He, of course, the senior out of Vermilion. Straight drop back. Riken looking down the middle, throws a home run. Ball got a man. It's going to be in and out of the hands of the receiver, Trey Hansen. Incomplete in the end zone. He was a step beyond the man, and he dropped it. Oh, my goodness gracious.
I want to say different, but it's just a straight drop from the receiver. Had it in the end zone. Lancers had an amazing opportunity there, but just got to remember the fundamentals, look it into the hands.
Oh,
tough break
boy.
For the Lancers there.
Yeah, Trey wants that one back, no doubt about it. He was open.
Yeah, that's a good receiver for the Lancers to drop that one too. He'll bounce back from that for sure.
From the 34-yard line, 2nd and 10, 2 receivers either side. Riken being pressured, steps up in the pocket. He'll tuck and run. Gets beyond a defensive lineman. First down, penalty flag down. And Riken slides at the 20-yard line, but we got a penalty flag thrown in the backfield. Think this one's coming back.
Yeah, Lancers are already walking backwards. A bad 2 plays for Mount Marty. A dropped touchdown and what's looking like it is a holding call on the offense now. So now they're going to be backed up, back to near midfield, across the 40-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and about 20 for Mount Marty.
I don't want to jinx us, but I got to say, we haven't had that many penalties today, have we?
No, it's been fairly clean football on both sides. In terms of the penalties, Morningside had 1 in the first half that went for 5 yards on the delay of game defensively. That is actually the first one on the Lancers in this ball game. We had only 1 penalty in the first half, and it was on a 5-yard delay of game. That's all.
Like I said, I hope we didn't jinx ourselves here. 9:45 and counting here. The 3rd quarter, Morningside up 24-6 after the penalty, ball put back the 44-yard line. Riken's going to scramble out to his right. He's going to fake. Now he'll run. Oh, hit hard at the 38-yard line. As once again, who's in the middle of that play? Isaac Pingle. But Cade Harriman, the sophomore out of Holstein, Iowa, he delivered a big shot on the scrambling quarterback.
Yeah, sometimes you got to cut your loss and just get down on the ground. Riken got his bell rung a little bit on that one. 3rd and long for Mount Marty.
Yeah, they got about 14 yards to go. Mount Marty football brought to you today in part by Avera. Moving health forward, it's Avera. 3rd down, we'll call it 14. From the 38-yard line, yeah, they got to get down to the 24 for a first down. Hirsch stays in to block. Riken being pressured, scrambles out to his right, throws over the middle. Fitzgerald catches it at the 25. He's a yard shy of the first down marker.
Certainly can go for it, though, on 4th and 1 at the 25-yard line of Morningside. Lancer offense stays out there. Here's the hurry-up.
Let's see. Morningside trying to make a substitution quickly, get in a fresh defensive lineman at the interior line there. That's Gabe Marin's back into the game. Now they're going to take their time. 2 receivers on either side. Now Riken's going to slip in on the right side as a tight end. And now Kyle Hirsch, the freshman out of Gayville, stands to the left of his quarterback. Straight drop back. Riken's going to be pressure sacked at the 30-yard line. The Morningside defense holds with 7:59 left to go here in quarter number 3. That was a big stand. I thought they were going to run the football, but Riken ran out of time. Mount Marty football today brought to you in part by Pizza Ranch. For legendary chicken and the best pizza, it's Pizza Ranch. They're located on Broadway. Call them at 665-1222.
Yeah, tough break for the Lancers there. Had the dropped touchdown reception. Should have been 6 on the board for the Lancers a few plays earlier, but then you have the offensive holding on the very next play after the drop, backs you up, ends the drive.
Handoff, and this is Huff with the run. A huge hole up the middle. He's to midfield, to the 40, trying to be tackled, slips away to the 30, runs to his right, to the 20, and down inside the 15. Max Huff, what an incredible run on first down, flips the field, and gets all the way into Lancer territory. The best run of the day for Morningside. They're down to the 15-yard line? My goodness.
Previous longest rush for Morningside was only 13 yards.
But that was a huge gainer, and now Morningside's in the red zone, threatening to break this one wide open.
Officially a 55-yard run.
Play action. Chevalier throws across the middle. Brown catches it in the middle of the field. Touchdown. Lennox Brown with the catch. And just like that, Morningside strikes, and they're up 30-6 pending the PAT.
Yeah, this should be a 2-possession game. Lancers were right there inside of the 30, dropped touchdown in the end zone, not able to get it in. Offensive holding stalls the drive. They turn it over on 4th down, sack on 4th, and Morningside 2 plays later able to extend this lead 30-6. Man, a wild last 5 minutes of real time.
Wild last 2 minutes of real time, really. Point after kick is good. 7:11 left to go, third quarter. 31-6, Morningside on top of Mount Marty. Back with the kickoff in 30 seconds right here on KYNT.
Hungry for the best chicken wings in town? Then head to Checkers Sports Bar and Grill. Whether you're craving mild, hot, or something with the kick, they've got the wings that will keep you coming back for more. They'll have every NFL game on so you won't miss a moment of the action. Grab a cold one, cheer on your favorite team, and enjoy the ultimate game day atmosphere. Wings, football, friends, it's all at Checkers. Open daily for all of your wing cravings.
Well, just like that, a 2-play drive and a 15-yard pass. Chevalier to Brown. That's his second touchdown catch of the day. Gives him 6 on the year. And it is Morningside on top of Mount Marty with 7:11 left to go in the third quarter. 31-6 our score. And here is the kickoff. And it will be fielded by Broadnax. Slips, drops it, picks it up at the 5-yard line, and struggles ahead to the 12 before he's swarmed under on the opening kickoff by Trevor Paulson.
Yeah, it looks like momentum just seems to be gone for the Lancers. In the last 5 minutes, we'll remind you, Lancers had a chance to make this a 2-possession game. They drop a touchdown in the end zone. Offensive holding on the next play stalls their drive. They turn it over on 4th down. Morningside goes down the field in 2 plays and scores, and they kind of shut the door on the Lancer comeback right now. And now it's 31-6, Morningside on top. This should be a 2-possession game, but the last 5 minutes, Morningside doing what Morningside does, and that's breaking the hearts of opposing teams' fans.
Yep, they can turn a game around so quickly. It starts with their defense, Plays in the offense. Riken throws over the middle, caught by Hirsch out to the 15-yard line. Short gain on the play of 2 yards before he's finally stopped. And, I think back to last year in the third quarter. Lancers were down at the 5-yard line. Looked like they were going to punch it into the end zone. They were down by 10 at the moment. The turnover happened, and then Morningside rallied, had the big fourth quarter, and then pulled away. But the Lancers were right there again with Morningside last season, and they have played pretty strong against them today. A few breakdowns here and there, but like I said, they had a chance to cut it to a 2-score game at home. Riken throws down the middle of the field, overshoots his receiver. That was Hirsch, covered by Pingle, incomplete at the 45-yard line. Boy, Pingle has just been everywhere defensively today for the Mustangs.
Now, one of the better outside linebackers in the country, obviously going to be on All-American watch list. He's got a sack today, a couple tackles for loss, and right at the moment he is leading the team in total tackles with 7.
And, Coach Ryan talked about it, his activities off the field, a young man that does a lot in the community there in Sioux City, participates in a lot of different programs outside of football. Again, a standout player on the field, standout in the community as well is Isaac Pingle. As Riken drops back on third down, scrambles, rolls to his right, over the middle, caught by Rex. Riken slips a tackle down the field across the 30 to the 35, tackled near the 37, make it the 38-yard line, move the chains, first down. A big one there from out Marty.
You can see why he's an All-American in Rex Riken. He ran his route. He was covered downfield. Quarterback has to scramble, and the tight end Riken, never stopped moving, trying to find an open space, and his brother, the young quarterback, was able to find him.
Yeah, and remember, Rex Riken missed the first game of the year, and he's kind of got bottled up in the couple of games coming out of that pass. Almost intercepted over the middle of the field. Guess who? Isaac Pingle. That was intended for Fitzgerald at midfield, and at the 45-yard line, Isaac Pingle almost had the interception.
Yeah, that one just went right off the hands of the outside linebacker. That should have been his first interception this season. One he kind of wants back, but the Lancers survive another down. It's second down here.
5:43 left to go, third quarter. Morningside up 31-6 here at Mount Marty. One back in the backfield, straight drop back. Throws, and it's going to be a nice catch by Hartz. Hit hard out of bounds at the 49-yard line. What a big tackle there defensively.
And it's going to be a flag on the play on the helmet-to-helmet.
Hayden Mendel.
Hayden Mendel's going to get flagged for that one. The penalty flag is already down. Lancers were calling for helmet-to-helmet, and it's already on the flag is already on the field.
Check that Mount Marty football today, brought to you by Sureco. When you need to be sure, make it Sureco. As the referees are talking about helmet-to-helmet contact, Mendel, he's a senior out of Worthing, South Dakota. He may be disqualified from today's game.
Yeah, he knows better than that. That's a tough one.
Now the Mount Marty defense moving over to the sideline. And here's Connor Singheisen with the targeting.
So it's going to be targeting, and they are going to review this one.
Yep, so they will go to the replay. They have that capability here. Well, we got a moment. I'd like to tell you that Lancer football brought to you in part by Parker Hannafin. It's day one of your new career. Parker of Yankton has immediate openings for all production positions, offering newly increased wages, 13 paid holidays, and some of the most competitive benefits in the area, all beginning on day one. Learn more at parker.com. So the officials will run down to the far end of the field. That's where the replay booth is here, and they will check that. And while we got a moment here, why don't we check out the scoreboard from the GPAC. Scoreboard update brought to you by Gerstner Oil. No matter what you drive, make sure you fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's. They're located on Broadway here in Yankton. What do we got going on in the GPAC?
Yep, just underway in the third quarter. Same score at halftime at Dort at Concordia, 20-7 will be that one. Dort leading in that ball game. Northwestern at Doane. Northwestern was able to tack on 7 more in the opening possession of the third quarter. 17-7 is the score. Northwestern at Doane, 11-11 on the clock in the third. Hastings starting to pull away from Waldorf in the third quarter. 27-3 is the score with 12:41 on the clock. And finally, low-scoring game still in Fremont. Dakota Wesleyan at Midland, 7-3. Midland leads, 8:06 on the clock.
And if I remember correctly, wasn't it last year Dakota Wesleyan surprising Midland? And that kind of knocked them out of playoff contention, if I remember right.
I think it was either them or Concordia, maybe.
Oh, that's right. It was Dakota Wesleyan knocking off Concordia. That was
yeah.
in the overtime game. And, of course, it was Mount Marty knocking off Midland, which knocked them out of playoff contention last year. Mount Marty winning last year on the road.
21-point fourth quarter comeback to do it as well in Fremont.
All right, the officials are coming back from the replay booth, which is over in the east side end zone. No targeting.
No targeting. Interesting.
So that means Mendel gets to stay in the game. 5:32 left, third quarter, 31-6. Morningside on top of Mount Marty. Ball will be at the 49-yard line. First and 10, Lancers.
Yeah, that was a first down reception by Malachi Hartz. Good job to hold on to the ball if they pick up the flag, so that will result still in first down yardage. Malachi Hartz is out there for this play. That extended break was able to...
I think that was Fitzgerald who caught that. No, it was.
No, it was Hartz.
It was Hartz. That was correct. Hartz did get that catch coming out of the backfield. First and 10. Lancers set it down with three wide receivers out to the left. Now here comes Rex Reichen in motion over on the right-hand side as the slot receiver. Hart's going to stay there and block. Reichen pressured on the run, throws it to Hartz. The safety valve will catch it, and he'll spin forward and fall forward for about a 3-yard gain as Rugby Reichen was under heavy pressure.
Yeah, he was. The offensive line has actually done a pretty good job today. They're keeping him clean for the first 3-4 seconds, but it's been a lot of coverage downfield that has resulted in these pressures. Nobody's getting open against this Morningside secondary, and the pressure's starting to break down. No offensive line in the world is going to hold somebody for 10 seconds.
Second down and about 7. Two receivers either side. Hart stands to the left of his quarterback. He'll stay in the block. Reichen hit as he thrown. Ball's loose on the ground. Tumbles forward. And finally it's going to be Heath falling on it as it slipped through the hands of who else? Isaac Pingle right at midfield. Now, was that a pass or was that a fumble?
Yeah, that looked like a sack fumble to me. Right as I give the offensive line praise, they had somebody screaming in, beat his offensive lineman, was able to put a hit on the quarterback and get the ball out. I think they're going to say that was a fumble. The clock is moving here.
Yes.
So sack fumble it would be. Lancers able to recover and survived a third down, but a scary play there as they were able to get a guy in the backfield.
Yeah, Nick Heath jumps on that ball, the senior. And now... third down and about 8. From the 49-yard line of the Mustangs. Shotgun set, straight drop back. Reichen wants to throw the home run ball down the left side into coverage. Incomplete. There was some contact down there. Hansen, he was fighting with the defensive back for position. That was Dijon Walls, and the punting unit comes out now for Mount Marty. With 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Morningside up 31-6 on Mount Marty. Along with Tehl Tanner, Steve Thum here on a hot, sunny Saturday afternoon in Yankton.
Credit the second down sack fumble from Cale Pittenger is the one who got it, the sophomore out of Sioux City, Iowa. He's a hometown kid for Morningside. He's the one with that second down sack on the quarterback, Reichen. And ended that drive. Really.
Yeah, Finder, a great punt, fair catch called for. Harnley has it at the 11-yard line. A wise play there by the return man for Morningside. Mount Marty football today brought to you in part by Conklin Distributing. Wellness should feel good and taste good. That's why Alani Nu offers a range of delicious energy drinks to support your goals while bringing bright, bold flavors to your daily routine. With just 10 calories and no sugar or gluten, Alani Nu energy drinks are a healthy way to fuel your fun. From the 11-yard line, operating right to left on your radio dial, Morningside has it first and 10. Two receivers out to the right, one to the left. Now that's Sellon in motion from left to right. Swing pass, Sellon catches it, bubble screen. Lambeth wraps him up, but he falls forward across the 15 to about the 17-yard line.
Lambeth's been a little more quiet in this game. That might have actually been only his third tackle. Yet looks like 3 tackles there for Lambeth. one of the captains for Mount Marty. They've been going in the other direction, trying to avoid him.
Play action. Sellen drops it incomplete at the 25-yard line. That ball hung out in the air, and Conley almost plucked it out of the air, but he was concentrating on hitting the receiver. Incomplete. 3rd and 5 coming up. Mount Marty football brought to you today in part by Foreman Charters. Let Foreman Charters do the driving for your next trip. See upcoming tours at foremanbus.com. 3rd and 5. Shotgun set. 3 receivers trot out to the left-hand side. Ball near the right hash mark. Huff stands to the right of his quarterback. Blitz coming. Swing out pass. Incomplete. They threw it to Huff as the blitz was coming out to the right-hand side. And Huff, that was a low pass. I don't think he could have handled it.
Yeah, that was a great play design there. It was David Wilson who came in from the linebacker position, was able to get into the backfield. Credit the John Micheletti, the head coach for the Lancers there, who also serves as the defensive coordinator, defensive play call. He was a DB when he played in college, defensive head coach, and had a good design play there.
Luke Paulson to kick it away.
Lancers showing block.
Now they'll back up a little bit. Here comes the pressure. Low line drive. It's got a chance here, but it's going to hold up and bounce. It takes a Morningside bounce at the 45-yard line, and Robinson backs away from it. Ball down at the 40, and that's where the Lancers have it. 1st down and 10 with 3:15 left to go. 3rd quarter, 31-6 our score. Morningside on top of Mount Marty. Lancer football today brought to you in part by Dakota Mag. We can help you do the heavy lifting when it comes to ag financing. Whether you're a farmer, investor, or a beginning farmer, we work hard to find lending solutions to fit your needs. Learn more at dakotamag.com. 1st down and 10 Lancers. Good field position. Ball at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10. Fitzgerald in motion from right to left. Hart's in the backfield to his right of his quarterback. Drop back, throw out to the left side, caught. Hirsch incomplete. They're going to say it was knocked out of his hands by the defensive back at the 42-yard line. Dalton, or not, check that, was not Dalton Goebel. That's the 23 for our team. It was 23 for the Morningside Mustangs. That's Landry Phipps, the linebacker. He had good coverage out there. Hirsch had it, but then it was knocked out of his hands.
Phipps is good in coverage. For a linebacker, he's got 3 interceptions on the year.
2nd down and 10. Now the pistol formation. Rex Reichen slips over to the right side. Hirsch as an H-back. Handoff. Hartz has a hole up the middle across the 40 to the 45-yard line. Good gain of 6. Sets up a manageable 3rd down. Maybe the best hole opened up. It was closed pretty quickly, but his initial hole was pretty big to run through. 3rd down and 4. Clock ticking, 2:50 and counting here in quarter number 3. 2 receivers either side. 4-man rush, but here comes a blitzer from the outside. Pass over the middle. It's to the 50. Who's got it? That is, I believe, Rex Reichen with the catch. Got 5 yards and a 1st down for the Lancers.
Go to the money, man, on the money down. 1st and 10 for the Lancers.
Boy, there was an outside blitzer coming, and Rugby Reichen got rid of it quickly. That's what he needed to do because the pressure was coming. 1st down and 10 Lancers from the 49-yard line of Morningside. 2:10 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Morningside up 31-6. 2 receivers either side. Reichen dropping back. Pressured. Steps up. Fakes. Now he's going to scramble. Who else is there to corral him? Isaac Pingle, the linebacker for the Mustangs.
We've called his name a lot today for a reason. He's just been everywhere for Morningside. That's going to be his 9th total tackle, I believe, in this ball game. A couple of, I believe, 5th solo, 4 assists. He has 1 tackle for loss so far today with a sack. Pingle has just been probably the best defensive player on the field for Morningside today.
Yeah, you got to think he's got to be the front runner for conference defensive player of the week, and he's still got a quarter to play yet. Yeah. He's out there playing spectacular football for the Mustangs. 2nd down and 9. Here comes the pressure up the middle. Reichen scrambles. He's going to run forward, dive ahead across the 45 to the 43-yard line as the pressure was coming from the inside and the outside. It was brought down by Austin Juergens.
Yeah, third down again for the Lancers there. Riken got up a little slowly from that one. He's walking.
Oh, he's
walking.
walking.
Yeah, he's limping. He's limping around. He's not feeling too good.
Yeah, he's favoring that right leg on 3rd down and 5, and somebody took off early, and that was Broadnax. Penalty flag down, and this is going to be a false start against Mount Marty with 51 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, Rugby Riken has been scrambling all day today, and he's taken a couple of shots, and the young man is he's a gamer, 6 foot, 181-pound freshman, but you're going up against some top-notch defensive players there in the conference for Morningside. Pistol formation, handoff, Hart's up the middle, swallowed up right away, no gain. And I'm kind of wondering if that play call was because Rugby Riken was shaken up pretty bad on the play before.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. They just wanted to run the ball just so Riken doesn't take another hit there or tries to scramble. He's still limping as he's coming off the field here, and that's what you don't want to see in a game like this, obviously. We're going to the 4th quarter in a 31-6 score. You don't want to see your starting quarterback getting hurt.
No, you don't. And the Lancers do not have to run another play before the 3rd quarter expires. 31-6, Morningside on top of Mount Marty. Back with the final stanza in 1 minute right here on KYNT.
At Triple Time Rudy's, not only do you get top-notch fuel to keep you on the move, but it's a destination for delicious local treats. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. It's your community's pit stop for more than just fuel. Triple Time Rudy's supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, stop by Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Here we go, 4th quarter about to get underway, and it will start with a Mount Marty punt. Morningside up 31-6 over the Lancers, along with Tehl Tanner. I'm Steve Thum. Hot, sunny afternoon here at Crane-Youngworth Field in Yankton, expecting a high of 89. We're about 85 at the moment. Not a cloud in the sky, and just a tiny breeze. 88 currently. It's a few degrees warmer than it was at halftime.
Yeah, and then you add in it's turf field here. Add 10 degrees on turf. It's near 100 down there for these players.
Finder stands at his own 38-yard line to punt it away. Short punt. Harnley calls for a fair catch at the 15, and that's where he will collect it, surrounded by several Mount Marty players. 1st down and 10. Mount Marty football today, brought to you in part by Aztec. Build your career with the group that's built to connect rock to road. Coming up next week, Lancers on the road, another night game, 6 o'clock. Down in Sioux City, taking on Briar Cliff. Chargers, by the way, they got the bye this week. Morningside, by the way, they've got the bye next week. So Lancers playing a team coming out of a bye and playing a team today going into a bye. Quick pass out to Nelson. Hit out of bounds as he got near the 24-yard line. A quick pass on 1st down for Morningside. Conley with the tackle, gain of about 9. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, you mentioned Mount Marty at Briarcliff next week. They're on the bye this week, so I guess we should probably welcome in the watch party of the Briarcliff football team, as they're probably paying pretty close attention to this game as they play the Lancers up next.
2nd down. Here's a run. Huff up the middle. He'll have the 1st down up to the 28. Remember last year, the game was here between Briarcliff and Mount Marty. It got moved from an afternoon to a night game because that was on Labor Day weekend when it was excessively hot. I think, what was it, 97 degrees? I think we kicked off at 7 o'clock at night. And it was
ridiculous.
Yes, you felt for those players. And I think by the time we signed off, it was still in the mid to upper 80s. It was about 10 o'clock at night.
It was ridiculous.
Oh, my goodness. It shouldn't be that hot next week in Sioux City, although it's pretty hot today. Quick pass out. Caught on the left side, pushed out of bounds, was Kellen Jacobson, the junior out of Sioux City East.
We'll remind you of some of the previous games of Briarcliff Mount Marty. One win for Briarcliff in the opening season for Mount Marty. The Lancers have won the last 2 in a row. Last year's game in Yankton ended up being 40-14 final. Lancers were able to win that one the year before in Briarcliff. Cliff was a little farther, too.
Quick pass out to the left side, caught by Sellen, and that will be across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Move the chains. Drew Sellen with the catch, the sophomore out of Fremont, Nebraska.
41-19 the year before for Briarcliff Mount Marty, and then the first year of Mount Marty Athletics, 36-28. Briarcliff got the win in Yankton on that one 3 years ago. So two teams that have certainly battled in conference the last couple of years. That'll be a fun game next week.
And that will be at Memorial Field in Sioux City, 6 o'clock. Pass over the middle, incomplete at the 33-yard line of the Lancers. That was Jacobson, the intended receiver. Conley on the coverage for Mount Marty. Second down and 10 coming up. 12:45 left to go in this contest. Morningside 31, Lancers 6. Empty backfield. Here comes Brown in motion from right to left. Chevalier throws, quick bubble screen, Sellen wrapped up, no gain, maybe a yard on forward progress, and that's all.
Just to let you know how much Morningside has been throwing the ball today. The Mount Marty free safety, James Brinsley, had 15 tackles on the season coming into today. All of those back in coverage. Brinsley today has 10 total tackles. The free safety has really been involved in that tackling game. He has 4 more than the next Lancer player.
Third down and 9, empty backfield, straight drop back. Chevalier wants to throw over the middle, guns it. Brown catches it first down at the 44-yard line. They'll put the knee down at the 45, move the chains for the Mustangs. Lennox Brown, the junior out of Council Bluffs. Quarterback last year, wide receiver this year, and he has had a spectacular campaign so far for the Mustangs. Now they'll go to the ground, and Huff slips a tackle, gets to the 40. Carlstead wraps him up. He wasn't alone. Good gain of 4 yards for Max Huff. Ryan Cole injured earlier today. We haven't seen him since. He had helped off the field back there in quarter number 2.
It's one of those where even if he could go, they probably wouldn't let him, considering the score 31-6, obviously, in the fourth quarter. You hope they're able to just have him next week. That is certainly what they're looking
actually
for.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
so that's actually good timing for him because the bye. So hopefully 2 weeks from now they'll have him back.
Yeah, let's hope that isn't a serious injury. Blitz coming. Huff runs to his left, slips a tackle, makes it to the sideline, stumbles forward across the 35 to the 30. That'll move the chains for Morningside. First down and 10.
Tell you what, in a backup role, Max Huff has been running hard today. He has been lowering his shoulder into some Lancer players. He had that long 55-yard run a little earlier in this ball game. Has a couple of good ones here. He had only 10 rushes so far in the season for 91 yards. He's averaging 9 yards a carry coming into today.
Play action over the middle. Chevalier tipped away, incomplete. It was about the 15-yard line, and the intended receiver, that was Harnley, Lakin Harnley, out of Bellevue. He's over the middle of the field, but there were 3 Lancer defenders there. So some reserves getting some playing time now in certain spots for Morningside. Second down and 10 from the 30. Play action. Chevalier throws to the end zone over the head of Brown, way over his head, incomplete, right in the middle of the field. Oliver on the coverage for Mount Marty. Third down and 10 coming up. 10:30 left to go in this contest. 31-6. Morningside on top of Mount Marty. Here at Crane-Youngworth Field on a hot, sunny, late September afternoon. Morningside takes their time. They'll deploy 3 receivers out on the right-hand side, 1 over on the left side. Huff stands to the left of his quarterback in the shotgun set. 4-man rush. Lancers get a little pressure. Throw to the end zone. Sellen goes upstairs, catches it, touchdown. In double coverage. What a catch by Drew Sellen.
It was a good throw, putting it up over double coverage to where nobody was coming down with it but the intended receiver, and it was a better catch. Sellen going all the way upstairs, high pointing that football, bringing it in, going back, falling on his back in the end zone.
The timing on that jump by Sellen was perfect.
Yep, that was well executed from Morningside.
Fitzsimmons to try the point after kick. Luke Paulson is the holder. 10:23 left. Snap good. Kick on the way. Good.
Is up and good. 10:23 left.
10:23 left to go in the contest. Morningside up 38-6. Back with the kickoff in just 30 seconds right here on KYNT.
FM 1021 and AM 1450. KYNT, Yankton.
A big thank you from Mount Marty University to one of Yankton's greatest employers and friend of the community, Aztec. They're very proud to support the Mount Marty Lancers. The vision at Aztec is to build industry-changing solutions that create life-changing opportunities. And you can build a career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Click careers at aztecindustries.com. Best wishes, Mount Marty, from your friends at Aztec.
Chevalier's last pass, 30 yards to Drew Sellen. Point after kick was good with 10:23 left to go in the game. Morningside in control, 38-6 over the Lancers. Along with Tehl Tanner, I'm Steve Thum. Great to have you here. Here comes the kickoff. And it will bounce in front of Lennox Brown, and he will just signal a fair catch at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, good decision there off the one hop. Morningside was screaming in there. Might have been a tough play for Mount Marty. Call the fair catch.
Yep. Like to remind you that Mount Marty football today brought to you by Core Trust, helping you achieve your personal and business goals. It's Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations with Core Trust member FDIC. Now they're not going to give the fair catch. The ball hit, and they're going to place it down instead of at the 25. They're going to put it at the 3-yard line. A special teams mistake there.
Well, even Morningside was confused on that one. I saw Morningside players pointing to the 20-yard line saying, hey, the ball should be up here. And then they started slowly walking forward saying, I guess we'll take it. All right.
Well, I guess the fair catch was not properly employed by the return man for Mount Marty, so now they're backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost. Rugby Ryken stays in at quarterback. He'll be standing in his own end zone in the shotgun. 1st and 10 from their own 3-yard line.
Oof.
Fitzgerald in motion from left to right. Roll out. Ryken looking, throws on the run, out of bounds, incomplete.
That changes everything that you were trying to do. All of a sudden, you don't have any room to operate. You got to get the ball out quickly here just to avoid a safety.
Mount Marty football today brought to you in part by Dakota Beverage. Whether it's Coors Light or Miller Lite, please drink responsibly. 2nd down and 10. Deep in their own territory are the Lancers. They're taking their time. No need to be in a hurry here. Clock stops at 10:17. 4th quarter on the incompletion. Straight drop back. Ryken looking left. Throws. Got a man. Fitzgerald leaps. Can't catch it at the 13-yard line. Pass a little bit off target. Fitzgerald gets up a little slowly. Shakes his right arm. So he dove to the turf to try to scoop that ball in. 3rd down and 10. No wind here today. Flag kind of hanging rather limp on the flagpole, the west end of the field. Hasn't been a cloud in the sky all day. Temperature at 88 degrees. Shotgun set. Hirsch to the right of his quarterback. Here comes the blitz. Ryken steps up, throws on the move into triple coverage, incomplete at the 25. Pass short of the mark. Hansen, the intended receiver. And here comes the punting unit for Mount Marty with 10:06 left to go.
No foul for intentional grounding on that one, just an ounce.
Well, the pass went about 20 yards downfield, so it was well beyond the line of scrimmage, and there was a receiver in the area.
It was close enough that you could call it in the area. You got to meet 2 of 3 criteria. You got to be outside of the pocket, throw it across the line of scrimmage, or have a receiver in the area. He was inside of the pocket, but that was certainly across the line of scrimmage, and the intended receiver was close enough.
Finder stands at the back of his own end zone to punt it away. Rush coming. Harnley is going to let it bounce at the 40-yard line, but it takes, or at the 35-yard line, but it takes a Mustang bounce and collected out of the air at the 33-yard line by one of the special teams players. And that is Brock Lubers, the sophomore out of Harrisburg.
Yeah, tough bounce there, giving a net 30 yards on that punt. Morningside with a short field here with 10 to go. Let's go to an out-of-town scoreboard update because this is pretty cool for Mount Marty Lancer cross country. They finished first and third at the Wayne State College Wildcat Classic today. It was a freshman in Joe Cross who paced the field while setting a new MMU school record as a freshman. Logan Ferrari finished third, also breaking the old school record.
Quick pass. Chevalier out to the left-hand side, caught by Sellen across the 30 to the 27. Gain of about 6 or so yards on the play.
That's pretty cool for Mount Marty track.
Yeah, congratulations.
Cross country once again. We'll try and give you updates on some of the other Lancer sports going on today. We've got soccer, volleyball, both.
Second down and 4. Shotgun set. Handoff, Huff, up the middle, crashes into the line, and they will push him forward across the 25 to the 22-yard line, move the chains, first down, Morningside.
So talk about those soccer teams for the Lancers because they're going to be playing next here at Crane-Youngworth Field.
Yep.
Women's soccer will play at 5, men to play directly. After that, it's Dordt University in town for some GPAC soccer. You can watch it right here in Crane-Youngworth Field is where they're going to be playing, starting at 5.
Play action. Chevalier throws. Man catches it. Defender falls down. That's Lakin Harnley runs into the end zone. Touchdown, Morningside. Lakin Harnley, who's been out there mainly as a return man, backup wide receiver, catches the pass and goes into the end zone. And Morningside starting to pour it on, up ahead 44-6 with 8:52 left in regulation.
Had the short field, just cashed in.
And the defender slipped on the play, which certainly didn't help. Fitzsimmons, the point after kick, he's only missed one all year. Good snap, kick on the way, and it is good. 45-6, Morningside on top with 8:52 left in regulation. Back with the kickoff in 30 seconds on KYNT.
Taylor is not great at making decisions,
Please do not ever ask me to pick what to watch on Netflix.
which is why she likes Runza.
Oh yeah, I like my golden hot crinkle fries, I like my homemade onion rings, and frings, which is when you get both together.
No tough decisions there. Now, do you dip them in ketchup or our homemade ranch?
How could you do this to me?
Sorry. Come get our famous fries, onion rings, or both today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
22 yards on that last touchdown pass, Chevalier to Harnley. With 8:52 left to go, Morningside has scored 45 unanswered points, 45-6. Mustangs on top of the Lancers. Along with Tehl Tanner, I'm Steve Thum. Great to have you here. And kicking it off will be Trevor Paulson, sophomore out of Yankton. End over end kick, and it will be fair caught at the 11-yard line by Trey Hansen. I believe this time they'll bring it out to the 25.
Let's talk about this game and where it kind of got out of hand for the Lancers. It is specifically 2 plays that ended up getting this to the score that we're at of 45-6. There's a solid chance we could have had a 1-score game in that third quarter. Go back to right before halftime. 4th and 2 inside of the red zone for Morningside. They throw it into the end zone. One-handed touchdown catch to make it 24-6 for Morningside. Jacob Nelson on an incredible catch there makes it a 24-6 halftime. That one play gave Morningside that multiple score advantage going into the locker room. Then the first drive out for Mount Marty. They go down the field and have an open touchdown catch. Receiver drops it in the end zone. That is a 14-point swing right there in that third quarter. Lancers may have had it a 3-point game in the third quarter, not able to complete those 2 plays, and that's where it really got out of hand for the Lancers, making it a 45-6 score after that. Morningside just was able to capitalize on 2 plays, and from there, momentum was on their side in the third.
First down play, Rugby Riken pressured, had to scramble, threw it out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 coming up from the 25-yard line. Lancers operating from right to left on your radio dial. Trying to make something positive happening here in the 4th quarter. Down by a bunch. Handoff. Malachi Hartz darts through the line, gets 5 yards. Gain of out to the 30-yard line. Sets up 3rd down and 5. Important here for the Lancers to move the chains. Maybe get another score on the board here. Build some confidence as you'll head it down to Sioux City next week for a night game against Briar Cliff. We'll talk more about that in the post-game show. 3rd down and 5. 3 receivers in tight on the left-hand side. Quarterback draw. Reichen trying to sneak forward. He does. Pingle stops him, but it's a 5-yard gain. 1st down, Mount Marty.
That's going to move the chains. Lancer 1st down.
And, Reichen was limping a little bit earlier. Seems to be okay now.
Yeah, he's taking a beating. He's got to get in the ice bath after this game.
Yeah, there'll be some bumps and bruises, no doubt, on the body of number 14, Rugby Reichen, the freshman quarterback. Did play a couple games last year, redshirted. Then played basketball.
Very good basketball player.
Here comes the pressure. Hit as he throws. Hartz catches it. Tries to fight through a tackle. Pingle brings him down after about a 4-yard gain. Again, Pingle has just been everywhere today for that Morningside defense. 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Lancers. 7-10 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Morningside in control at 45-6.
That is the 10th total tackle of the ball game for Isaac Pingle. That is a team high.
Reichen has Hartz standing to his right in the shotgun set. 2 receivers either side. Drops back, pressured, throws. It's tipped and intercepted by Morningside. Across the 40 to the 30, down the sideline, gets a block, down the sideline, continues the interception for a touchdown for Dijon Walls. Dijon Walls with the interception, but hold the phone. There's a penalty flag at the 18-yard line as Dijon Walls got some good blocks downfield. We'll see if this play will stand.
Well, it's not gonna. They just motioned it's gonna be on the return team there. I think there's a solid chance the interception stands, but they're gonna have some laundry on the field for their return. One of the white hat official already motioned towards Morningside's side of the ball. The defense is on for the Mount Marty Lancers. Block in the back.
Yep.
Block in the back is the call.
Block in the back on the interception return. That was on Cale Pittenger, who got the pressure on the quarterback. So the pick 6 does not count. The interception does stand. The penalty happened on the return. It's from the spot of the infraction. They'll walk it back about 10 yards, and that will put the ball down at, or actually they're going to back it up 15 yards.
We're blocking the back?
Well, it should be 10 yards.
It should be 10. The officials are discussing that right now. They're disagreeing on where it should be.
Yeah, the flag was thrown near the 18-yard line, and the sticks are already set down at the 25. And now it is the umpire who puts the ball down at the 25-yard line. So the interception counts for Rugby Reichen, 7th on the year. And the Morningside, they're going to keep their first unit offense out there. Or no, check that. Nope. They've got our backups in. That's Dallas Klunder at quarterback, and he will hand off to one of the backup running backs. That is Trent Lane.
One of the Lancers goes down here.
Yep, and we got one of the Lancers down. So Trent Lane with the carry, and he got a good gain on that play, 5 yards, and trying to check out who is that player for as Ryan Dobbs.
Yeah, the junior out of Alpine, California. 6'1", 230-pound D lineman. He went down there. He does get up and come off the field. We'll continue. But shaking up there on that play.
Dallas Klunder, he's a sophomore out of Mobile, Iowa. He'll guide the offense, one would suspect, the rest of the way for Morningside. He's 1-of-1 passing, and that was good for 25 yards. Trent Lane got 5 yards on that last carry. He's out of Heflin, Alabama. Of course, Alabama playing Georgia later today in college football.
That'll be a big one a little later tonight.
Yep, 6:30 start time for that game as Klunder stands in the shotgun, winding that play clock down far as he can, takes the snap, hands off, Lane up the middle, tripped, got 1 yard, and that is all. Of course, Morningside with their backups in, they're probably going to want to milk that play clock as much as they can, get off the field, try to get some more points with the backups earning a little confidence. See if they'll put the ball here in the air on 3rd down and 4. Play clock at 15. They will throw it. It's a swing out pass, incomplete, intended for Jacobson on the left-hand side. Will the field goal unit come out, or will the reserve offense stay on the field? No motion from the sideline. Clock stops with 5:14 left. Appears the Mustangs are going to go for it on 4th down and 4. $15 on the play clock. Klunder has Lane standing to his left. Play action over the middle. Pass too high, incomplete, intended for Jacobson, and the Mustangs will turn it over on downs.
Well, the Lancers get it back after the interception. The young quarterback will come back in. That was tip drill interception is what it was. It was tipped, I think, twice before somebody was able to bring it in. Riken has had a pretty good game without that. He was sitting right around a 55% completion percentage for 128 yards, 1 touchdown. That was his only pick. He's been under pressure. He's sacked 3 times, but he's been able to scramble out of the pocket. 13 ground running attempts for 62 yards, averaging just under 4 yards a carry today. Not a bad game against one of the top premier Gold Star programs in the country. That last interception, once again, just late game trying to make a play.
1st down, Lancers from the 20-yard line. Their starters are out there. Hirsch comes in motion, now goes back. Straight drop back. Riken throws the long ball. He's got a man. Fitzgerald catches it at the 49-yard line. Penalty flag down.
Yeah, they're going to add defensive either holding or pass interference here. The left hand of Trevor Fitzgerald was caught up by the defensive back for Morningside, and they were able to Fitzgerald was still able to bring it in one-handed with the right arm, but they're going to tack on some penalty yardage here. I believe the defensive back was Fred Legschulte, the defensive back out of St. Joseph, Missouri.
Penalty will be declined. The catch stands, 29-yard gain out to the 49-yard line. 1st down and 10. Lancers, as they operate right to left on your radio dial. Under 5 minutes left to go in this game. Morningside up 45-6. Lancers scored the first touchdown of the game, went up 6-0, but it's been all Mustangs since. 4-man front, straight drop back. Riken throws a long ball into double coverage on the right side, tipped away and almost intercepted. Hansen was out there, but so were 2 defensive backs.
Yeah, that one just kind of hung up in the air with 2-on-1 for Morningside. Lucky that one got knocked down.
Yeah, that's not a pass you want to throw into double coverage.
And it's normally not a pass you would take, obviously. The young quarterback, obviously with the score being what it is, just trying to make a play downfield is all we're seeing here.
2nd down and 10. 4:35 left to go here in regulation. Pistol formation. Riken, see if he hands it off. He will. Malachi Hart's hit hard. 1-yard gain. That's all. Boy, Malachi's just has had very few openings today.
Morningside's pretty good at plugging gaps. There has been nowhere for him to go. That front 7 for Morningside is just a stone wall.
They've been solid today, no doubt about it. 4:10 and counting, 4th quarter. 3rd down and 9 coming up for Mount Marty. Riken has Hart standing to his left in the shotgun set, 2 receivers either side. 4-man front, no blitz. Pass out to the side, caught, dropped, incomplete. At the 40-yard line, Fitzgerald had it and then dropped it. Might have been knocked out of his hands by the defensive back.
Yeah, that was Leg Schulte once again in coverage there. Might have knocked that one out. Good play from the corner.
And that brings out the punting unit and Jack Finder. 3:50 left to go in regulation. He'll stand at his own 35-yard line. Harnley back deep at his own 12. High punt in the air, and it's going to bounce at the 5 and into the end zone. Nice fake out there by Harnley. It looked like he was going to make the fair catch. So that'll bring it out to the 20-yard line, first down and 10 for Morningside.
Morningside likely just going to run the ball, try and get out of here 45-6. We've seen a couple players go down so far today. Try and get out of here with the win. Morningside obviously got the bye next week. Hopefully they're going to be able to get their starting running back and Ryan Cole back. Once again, he went down with an injury toward the end of that first half. We did not see him in the second half. Obviously, even if he could come back in, they're probably keeping him out for an abundance of caution. With the score being where it's at. So hopefully he's able to come back after the bye.
First down and 10. We got a new quarterback. That's Cash Parker. He'll hand off. Running play to the right side. That's Lane with the ball, and he'll get ahead for about 5 yards. And looking at Morningside's schedule, they come out of the bye, but they got 2 home games against Hastings and Briarcliff. They should be favored in both of those games. Then they have their tough stretch at Dort. Home to Northwestern. They'll close with games that would be favored in at Waldorf and home to Dakota Wesleyan. But they have a few weeks to get Cole healthy, one would think. Second down and 5 for the Mustangs. Coming up on the 3-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Mustangs up 45-6. Shotgun set. Handoff. Lane again crashes into the line, and he'll get a couple of yards, and that's all. And again, we hope Ryan Cole is okay, the senior running back. Injury looked pretty serious when they took him off the field. Haven't looked on the sideline for him. It's across the way, but I would think his uniform and pads would be off. Third down and 3 coming up. Morningside just milking that play clock here. As Cash Parker from Blue Springs, Missouri, sophomore, takes the snap, hands off. Lane trying to bounce to the outside. He'll be to the 30, the 35, and runs out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
Good blocking on the edge. Lancers weren't able to secure the edge, turn the ball carrier inside, and he was able to just turn that corner and get some good yardage for a first down run. Out-of-town scoreboard update. We told you we'd update you on the Mount Marty volleyball game that was being played today. We do have a final score from Mitchell in non-conference action. Lancer volleyball defeats Haskell Indian Nations University 3-0.
We're at the 2-minute timeout here in the fourth quarter. It's Morningside 45, Mount Marty 6. Back in 1 minute right here on KYNT.
When the leaves start to fall and the air turns crisp, there's only one beer to reach for: Shiner Oktoberfest. Brewed in the heart of Texas, the Marzen-style beer is packed with caramel malts and a hint of hops for that smooth, toasty flavor perfect for cooler nights. Whether enjoying the changing colors or gathering around the fire with friends, Shiner Oktoberfest is your perfect companion for fall weather. So raise a glass and enjoy the season with Shiner Oktoberfest.
Make the move with Mason and the Move Group. The home buying process can be complex and overwhelming, and you may feel intimidated by the amount of information you need to learn. But you don't have to go it alone. Trust our professional real estate team to guide you through the process. From negotiating the best price to navigating the paperwork, you can expect help every step of the way. So call me, Mason Schramm, with the Move Group, and make the move with Mason.
Back to action here in the fourth quarter after the 2-minute timeout. Morningside with the ball, handoff. Lane goes to the left side, and he'll get a couple of yards, and that is all. Along with Tehl Tanner, I'm Steve Thum, 45-6. Morningside on top here. We've got an update on the Gerstner Oil scoreboard out of the GPAC. Tehl, what do we got?
Yeah, Dakota Wesleyan leads at Midland in Fremont, 18-14 with 5:40 left in the fourth quarter. We'll keep you updated on that one as we finish this game and go to post game. Hopefully we'll have final scores for you. We'll have other GPAC scores after this play, but I can tell you Hastings is pulled away from Waldorf. 5.5 minutes to go, 43-10. Hastings leads.
Check that. Second down and 9 coming up. Handoff, lane, stutter step, crashes into the line, goes straight ahead. Across the 40, gets to the 43-yard line.
Gain of a few, third down now.
Gain of about 3 on the play at the 1 minute mark. Again, Morningside in no hurry, and neither is Mount Marty for that matter.
Northwestern seems to have woke up at halftime. They were leading 10-7 at Doane at the half, now 31-7 with 2.5 minutes to go. They've got that game locked up. And then the final game, Dordt at Concordia. 9.5 to go in this one. Dordt leads at Concordia 30-14.
We'll have full report in the post-game show. Should be the last play of the game. It's over the head of the quarterback as the snap, and Parker covers it up at the 22-yard line. Boy, that could have been a scoop and score there for Mount Marty on the bad snap, which may be the final play of the game. 20 seconds left. Morningside does not have to run another play, and it looks like the teams are going to line up for the handshake after the game. Yep, both teams trotting to the sideline. That is going to put a ribbon on this one. Morningside dominant in the win, 45-6. That is your final score. We'll take a break and come back with the post-game show. It's brought to you by Aztec. Build your career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. That's Aztec. Back with their post-game show in a moment, right here on KYNT.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
Oktoberfest is a brief moment of fall beer drinking beauty. So have Samuel Adams Oktoberfest on hand as the nights get cooler and the days a little shorter. Smooth taste with the roasty sweetness and light hop character that's only available for a short time. Kick off cooler weather with food and friends, and don't miss a moment with Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. Grab it while you can at your favorite place to buy beer.
Imagine paid vacation, sick leave, holidays, and full medical coverage the moment you start a new job. Plus quarterly profit sharing, 5% 401k match, and a company-paid retirement plan. Your first day on the job. With Parker of Yankton, you don't have to imagine, because all these benefits begin day one. We are hiring assemblers, machine operators, material handlers, and line operation techs for both shifts. Don't mind working nights? Enjoy a pay differential of $235. If you're looking to upgrade your career and have day one benefits, apply today at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
Rewarding you for doing everyday things, like buying gas, shopping, and dining local. Does your bank do that? If you're a Core Trust customer, your bank does that. When you open a premium or preferred checking account and meet requirements, you get access to Core Trust perks powered by Bazing, an exclusive network offering 300,000 plus deals and discounts on dining, shopping, travel, fuel, and more. Visit us online, in person, or by phone. Terms and conditions apply. Member FDIC.
A big thank you from Mount Marty University to one of Yankton's greatest employers and friend of the community, Aztec. They're very proud to support the Mount Marty Lancers. The vision at Aztec is to build industry-changing solutions that create life-changing opportunities. And you can build a career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Click careers at aztecindustries.com. Best wishes, Mount Marty, from your friends at Aztec.
Final score, 45-6. Morningside pulls away from Mount Marty. They get the victory. They are now 4-1 in the season. Morningside undefeated in conference play. Mount Marty falls to 4-2. They are 2-2 in conference play. This is the Aztec postgame show for Mount Marty football. I'm Steve Thum. He's Tehl Tanner, and we were mentioning it earlier in the game, and I think you're spot on in your analysis. 2 plays in the middle part of the game turned this whole thing around.
Yeah, it was. It was exactly 2 plays, which led to the score being the way it was. Without these exact 2 plays, this would have been a 3-point, 1-score game in the third quarter. So let's go through them. With 23 seconds left in the first half, Morningside was driving, drive stalls. It's 4th and 2 at the Mount Marty 15-yard line. They decide to go for it. Gutsy call, and it paid off. A one-handed touchdown catch in the end zone by Jacob Nelson results in 7 points for Morningside. Lancers weren't able to stop them in that red zone. They go for it on 4th, one-handed touchdown catch. Great play for Morningside. All credit to Jacob Nelson on that one. But if that one doesn't go different, if that one goes a little different with 23 seconds left in the first half, Lancers go into the locker room 17-6 trailing. And then you remember, coming out of the halftime break, Lancers deferred to start the game. They got the ball. They drove all the way down the field, got inside of the 30-yard line, and it was Rugby Riken with a beautiful deep ball right into the breadbasket of his intended receiver. Dropped. There was nobody there, just completely really unfortunate play for the Lancers. Dropped in the end zone. That would have made it, that 17-6 score would have made it a 3-point game at 14 if the Lancers were to go for 2 to make it that 3-point game. Either way, it would have been either 5 or 3 points should they go for it, make it, or miss it. It would have been a 1-score game in that third quarter. 2 plays made the difference here. With those 2 plays going the other way, Morningside was able to capitalize on both mistakes, drive down the field and score, and instead of it being a 17-14 game, it was a 31-6 game. That is how fast this game got out of control. 2 plays kind of sunk the Lancers today. This game might have been different.
Yeah, this game could have very easily been different, but again, you got to tip your hat to Morningside. They just seem to make them. They capitalize on their opponent's mistakes, and they make big plays in the pressure situation, and that's why they've got a whole lot of hardware in their trophy case down in Sioux City. Let's get a chance here to talk with Coach Micheletti. Our post-game interview is being brought to you by Conklin Distributing. Are you ready for hydration revolution? Well, try Ghost Hydration, the ultimate drink to keep you feeling refreshed and revitalized. It's packed with a unique blend of electrolytes and vitamins, giving you the perfect balance to conquer your day. Thank you to Conklin Distributing for their support of Lancer football. Coach, we talked about it, a couple plays. They go the other way, and we got a whole different ball game. But your team, let's go back to the beginning. Great start with the interception and then the drive for the touchdown. Take us what you were seeing on the field.
Yeah, I know they're obviously a high-powered offense. They're going to give us opportunities with the ball being in the air. You know, and that was one thing we preached all week, of being able to sit in windows. He'll sail a few. Things will get tipped. We got to make sure we're on top of everything to be able to do. And we started the game that way. We just got to make sure we maintain that part and slowly make adjustments as we go. But it was good. It was a good way to start. We just got to make sure we maintain that as we go, as we didn't after that.
Yeah, it seemed like Morningside kind of woke up after that because, boy, they got the ball back and pass, and they went hurry-up offense. And you normally don't see that on the second drive of a game.
No, they're notorious for that. They're very big. They want to score as many points as possible. Being in the GPAC, you know, like you could have a loss or 2, but they got to get playoff points, you know. So they want to make sure that they can have as many lopsided victories as possible, which, hey, we both get times of practice, so I'm not knocking them by any means. That's just what you got to do. But we got to that's one thing we understood. They're going to be a tempo. Them and Concordia, a little bit of Briar Cliff will be teams that push the tempo. And it's something we have to match. And that was one thing that we did with personnel and things like that. But you got to make sure that the big plays really killed us today.
Let's talk about the young quarterback in Rugby Riken. The one interception, obviously late in the game, trying to make a play is tipped. But he thought he had a pretty good game today. 158 yards through the air, 18 of 35 for 51% completion percentage, and a touchdown against one of the better teams in the country. Maybe had another one that was dropped in the end zone, a beautiful deep ball. He was able to scramble out of the pocket on those options, was able to get some good rushing yards. What did you see from him?
Yeah, I saw continuous improvement, and that was one thing I really wanted to see, really from him, from Waldorf on. As we talked about that last week, of a lesser opponent taking advantage and giving him confidence to be able to go against one of the top dogs. So he did a great job facilitating all day. extending plays with his legs. That was our best run play, was drop back plays with him, or drop back passes with him, and being able to go scramble, and that's what he does best. But as you can see, he's the type of playmaker, and he really thrives in these games. So proud of him. Want to make sure that we continuously push it for him.
And helping him out there was Trevor Fitzgerald, who actually quietly had his best game of the season in terms of 5 receptions for 76 yards. He had 72 yards coming into today. Trevor Fitzgerald was working out there.
Yeah, he was. They got a good connection. Obviously, another Yankton to Yankton connection there. I know that drop at the end, though, is really eating Trevor alive right now. And that's the thing that you want to see as a coach, is the consistency and then the details. And that was one thing that some of the younger guys lack today. You see Rodney jump on that false start there when we don't even have a play called. So that one's pretty frustrating. And then a day one thing where he fair catches a ball that hits the ground, and it's just, brain farts can't happen, and we got to make sure that we learn from those and be able to cut those out if we want to make the jumps that we want to make.
Talked about defensive side of the ball. Obviously, it's going to be tough to get this hold this team down because they can just put points on the board so well. So defensively, what did you see out there that you liked today?
Yeah, D-line did an excellent job. They had that long run there before, or right out of halftime, but other than that, did an excellent job stuffing the run, and that's what we want our defense to be. We can't control the offense, we can't control the special teams. We continuously say you just got to outplay their defense and worry about what you can control. So I thought they did an excellent job of stuffing the run there and being able to compliment them that way.
Let's talk next week, Coach, at Briarcliff University. They're on the bye this week, probably paying pretty close attention, obviously, to this game and probably this interview. What can you tell me about the Chargers?
Coach Shane Ledegi and I are pretty close. He's one of the guys that I do call a friend out there in the GPAC coaching world. But they got their spread offense. They're going to pick it up and go fast. They want to be able to be dual with their quarterback. He is a pretty athletic as well. They got a couple guys on the edge there, and I know they've switched to a 4-man front on defense, which is going to be something new for them or for us to see from them. So it'll be a big day, obviously, with the travel trophy and things like that, but also Mount Marty, everybody's going over there to play him, so that's kind of a cool deal, and we're looking forward to it.
That'll be one heck of a day for sure. 6:30 p.m. kickoff. You're going back to night games for the next couple of weeks again, Coach.
Yeah, it's as warm as it is today. I'll take it.
Yeah, normally late September, we're not talking about temperatures in the upper 80s, and there was really not much of a breeze today, and seriously, I have not seen a cloud in the sky all day today, so, I mean, great if you want to be sunbathing and stuff like that, but playing football in these conditions, especially this late in the year, kind of tough today. And how did the team handle the heat today?
Pretty good. That was one thing we try to always pay attention to week in and week out. What's game day going to be like? Obviously, it's going to change each and every day as you're leading up to game day, but we saw early be highs of 86, and then it kept climbing up towards 90. The turf felt like 130 degrees today, though. So,
do you have a a temperature gauge?
I should
down
bring my
there?
meat thermometer.
Yeah,
right?
honestly, just stick it in the ground. Just stick it in there.
I wonder if that's how they actually do that.
I think
they've got like guns, like temperature things that they point at it, and they're able to get them. I don't know. We need one of those.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a great day for football here in Yankton, and obviously a top-notch program in Morningside, and they seem to be on a roll, and they're heading into their bye week too before they have a couple of home games. So, they certainly had a big incentive to come out here and put up a big win, and they certainly did. And Coach Ryan's team, obviously a well-coached team, seems to be every year they're always in contention. So what do you see going forward from your team as far as, okay, we need to focus on, say, these three things?
Right. Got to make sure that the self-inflicted wounds, I think, is the most important thing. The things I hit on already, the false starts, the simple penalties and dumb mistakes like that. That's got to be the number one thing. It's getting too late in the year now to be able to do that. So other than that, we did a much better job of taking care of the ball today on offense. That was the one thing that we continuously said, but we got to get back to running the ball with called run plays. And being able to do that against different boxes, that they kept a 7-man, 8-man box at most times, but you still got to make sure that we have enough different variations that we can be able to sprinkle in there to be able to gain yards. It just comes down to executing in that position. Okay, and then defensively today, I felt like we took a step back there with the big plays, because even though they're a good team, and I don't want to take any credit away from them, but we got to make sure that we don't give them anything and make it too easy on them.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time, and good luck next week against Briarcliff.
Thank you.
All right, John Micheletti, the head coach for the Mount Marty Lancers. Morningside wins today 45-6. Final score in our post-game interview with the coach brought to you by Conklin Distributing. Let's move on to the scoreboard. We're going to check scores from around the region and across the country. Obviously, a big Saturday in college football, and the scoreboard update is being brought to you by Gerstner Oil. No matter what you drive, make sure you fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's. They're on Broadway here in Yankton. Tehl, what do you got on that scoreboard? We had some close games.
We still got a close game. 56 seconds left. Dakota Wesleyan at Midland. Midland just got in the end zone. They took a 1-point lead. Midland leads 21-20. 21-20 with 56 seconds left in this ball game. We're going to be keeping a close eye on this one between Dakota Wesleyan and Midland for you. Hopefully, we're going to get a final score here in the next couple of minutes. Let's go to some other GPAC scores. A couple games have already gotten out of hand. They might not be over, but we can tell you who's going to win. These two are over. Hastings at Waldorf. Hastings won 43-10, pulling away in the second half. Northwestern at Doane, similar story. Northwestern was in a 10-7 halftime lead at Doane. They pull away in the second half, putting up 21 points, allowing none. 31-7 is your final. And finally, with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the ball game, Dordt is at Concordia. There's still time, but Dordt leads 33-14 in that contest.
Yeah, it looks like Dordt is in control of that contest. Let's check out some major college football. Let's check out some scores from earlier today. Kentucky knocks off number 6 Ole Miss on the road, 2017, the final. Number 12 Michigan has to hold off a furious rally from Minnesota, 27-24. Wolverines escape with the win there. It was number 23 Kansas State rolling by number 20 Oklahoma State, 42-20, and number 34 or number 22 BYU beats Baylor 34-28, the final score. Games in progress in the top 25. It is Wisconsin in the second quarter on the road leading at USC 14-7. At home, Notre Dame, number 16, leads against number 15 Louisville 21-14. It is number 21 Oklahoma on the road at Auburn. That game is tied up at 7. And number 24 Texas A&M tied up with Arkansas 14 apiece, that game early in the second quarter. Just underway, Texas at home, number 1 in the land. They lead against Mississippi State 7-0. That's the scores we got from top 25. What else you got, Tehl?
Yeah, there's 2 more games in top 25 going to be played a little later tonight that you should keep an eye on. Starting at 6:30, number 19 Illinois takes on number 9 Penn State. That's a big one. And then the massive one today, a top 5 matchup. Number 2 Georgia, number 4 Alabama. That one's starting at 6:30.
That's in Tuscaloosa. So that place is going to be insane.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go to the Mo Valley now. Southern Illinois versus the University of South Dakota. 35-13 is the score of that one. Number 5 South Dakota leading number 17 Southern Illinois. They were up big at half. Southern Illinois has put a couple of scores on the board, but it's in the fourth quarter, just started, and South Dakota still leads by 22 here, 35-13. North Dakota leads over Murray State with 9 minutes to go in the third, 55-28. The North Dakota has really been able to get the offense moving today. North Dakota State, Illinois State, 20-7. North Dakota State leads. 10:55 left in quarter number 3 as well. That's out of the Missouri Valley.
Let's go to the Big 12 Conference. Couple games in progress. Kansas and TCU, neither team ranked. That's near halftime, tied up at 14. And in the first quarter, Colorado at Central Florida. Colorado up 7-0. That's the only thing we got going on in the Big 12 at the moment.
We'll see if we have that final update on Dakota Wesleyan Midland, and we do have final. It just ended. Midland victorious. They're able to get that fourth quarter win, 21-20 over Dakota Wesleyan. They scored in the final seconds of the ball game in order to win that ball game by 1 point in Fremont. Dakota Wesleyan, a feisty team in the GPAC.
Yeah, and so Midland keeping their playoff hopes alive as they progress, but they've had some close games, close losses to Morningside and Northwestern, and what's the old phrase? Just win, baby.
Just
win. You know, you can have those pretty wins. They look good when you run up the scoreboard. At the bottom of the end of the day, bottom line is you got to get some W's. Let's go to the Big Ten. The only game really in progress really is that USC-Wisconsin game. Other games from earlier today, Nebraska beats Purdue 28-10, that is a final score. And from Friday night, Rutgers over Washington, 21-18. That sounds so strange to say Rutgers and Washington in a Big Ten game.
Yeah.
Never in my wildest dreams. If you would have told 24-year-old Steve coming right out of college, oh yeah, Rutgers and Washington are going to be in the Big Ten someday, I would have called you crazy.
Just wait till you see UCLA versus Oregon.
Oh, oh dear Lord. UCLA and Oregon in the Big Ten, that's just nuts. It's insane. The older I get, the crazier the world gets. So anyway, this score update brought to you by Gerstner Oil. That they're bringing us the scoreboard updates today. Remember, no matter what you drive, make sure you fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's. They're located on Broadway. Well, we've got a couple more things we want to take care of here today. First of all, our move of the game, Mason Schramm sponsors that. Now, remember, if you're buying or selling, make the move with Mason and the Move Group. Now, normally we plot about this, but we haven't had time. So I'm going to say move of the day was probably the interception early on.
100%. Yeah, that was absolutely the move of the game for the Lancers. Opening drive, Morningside's going down the field, and Gabe Baptista able to get the interception, take it back 33 yards, sets the Lancers up inside of the 30-yard line of Morningside. They're able to get in the end zone a few plays later, go up 6-0. That's got to be the play of the game.
Yep, that's our move of the game, brought to you by Mason Schramm. Now let's move on to our Lancer player of the game. That is brought to you by Avera. Moving health forward, it's Avera. It's got to be Rugby Riken for me. That's who I'm going to vote for today because he was scrambled a lot. He had a good game passing. He took some shots out there today, but I think overall he probably had the best day today for the Mount Marty Lancers. I'm going to go with Rugby Riken, the quarterback.
I would agree with that. Yep, Rugby Riken, playing his tail off, taking some shots in that second half as well. Hopefully he'll stay healthy over the next couple weeks. That's one of the things that Rex Riken, his older brother, has been apparently coaching him hard on, is getting down, not taking some of those hits downfield. So hopefully he'll be all right and he'll shake some of those off. Hopefully he gets in an ice bath tonight.
Yeah, I think the young man is going to be pretty sore tomorrow morning when he wakes up, but he had a heck of a game today in a losing effort. 45-6, the final score, Morningside with the victory over Mount Marty. So that's going to put a wrap on it here for our post-game show. Anything else about Mount Marty sports you want to talk about before we sign off for the day?
Yeah, absolutely. Some other sports going on today. The volleyball team once again got the win over Haskell Indian Nations University in 3-0 fashion in Mitchell earlier today. A very good win for the Lancers in non-conference play. Next up, Tuesday evening in Yankton versus Dakota Wesleyan University, 7:30 p.m. in the Simple Arena. That one's going to be a lot of fun. Tuesday evening volleyball in Yankton. For soccer action, once again, they're playing next at Crane-Youngworth Field here starting at 5 o'clock. The Mount Marty women's team will take on Dort at 5. The men's team scheduled to take the field 7:30. It's going to be a doubleheader soccer night versus Dort.
Yep, so stay right with us here on KYNT for the coverage, and we'll get you updates throughout the day here, and also Monday you'll get the full recap on everything.
Yep, we'll get a full recap of those games here on the Totally Yankton morning show on Monday morning with Jeff Erickson here for Mount Marty Soccer.
All right, and we want to remind you before we sign off today, the Lancers head on the road to Sioux City, a night game against Briar Cliff. 6 o'clock is the kickoff, and 5:05 for the pregame show. That will be down at Memorial Field. The Chargers and the Lancers next week on a Saturday night in Sioux City. Should be a lot of fun for the Lancers as they're going to try to bounce back and get a big W against the team that they are 2-1 against in over the course of their 3 previous encounters. And also, we mentioned that we touched on it here a little bit. Traveling trophy.
The Catholic Cup has returned, which is interesting. We're kind of recycling the name, but a new trophy here. It's a really great name, so I'm down for that. It's going to be a traveling trophy between Mount Marty and Briar Cliff. Once again, we talked about it a little bit earlier in this broadcast. Those two teams have had some battles over the last couple of years. The all-time series over the last 3 years, obviously, considering Mount Marty's in year 4 of existence, is 2-1 Mount Marty on top. We'll see if Briar Cliff can make it 500 or if Lancers are going to extend their advantage next week.
Yep, again, that will be a 6 o'clock kickoff for that game, as the once again the Lancers are going to be playing under the lights, which they have done a number of times. And then, of course, the following game will be a Friday night game, 7 o'clock, Dort. That will be here at Crane-Youngworth Field. So that's going to do it for today. Tehl, great working with you here. Great to be back in the saddle again after a week off. Looking forward to seeing you next Saturday and to talking with everybody here next Saturday from Sioux City.
Yeah, we'll be in Sioux City for that one for Briarcliff. We'll have coverage right here on KYNT as usual down in Briarcliff.
All right, we'd like to thank our studio engineer for their work today back in the studio. Thank you for listening. Thank you to all the sponsors who make these broadcasts possible. Our final score, once again, thank you to Dan. Yep, he's our studio engineer doing the work today back at the radio station, pushing all the buttons to make sure everything happens smoothly, and he did a good job today. We'll talk to you 1 week from today at 5:05 p.m. for the pregame show. Mount Marty taking on Briarcliff from Memorial Field. That again next Saturday. For Tehl Tanner, I'm Steve Thum signing off. Our final score once again 45-6. Morningside over Mount Marty. Thanks for joining us and good night, everybody.
This has been a Mount Marty University Athletics broadcast on KYNT, the flagship station for Lancer Athletics. Remember to follow KYN-TV on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell to never miss the action. KYNT, Yankton's home team.